So,
is there any Florida man news? Let's see.
No, not anything new that I've seen. I saw a naked woman go swimming in Florida man's pool on Reddit, but let's see.
Florida man ambushes Orlando police officer with brick while live streaming on Facebook.
Florida man has a hard time choosing a pressure washer to steal from Lowe's.
Wow.
Not bright Florida man attempts to trade in stolen car to a dealership he stole it from.
Yeah, I just saw that one. Florida man tries to trade back vehicle he stole.
Florida man arrested for "I eat ass" bumper sticker. Florida courts deem it obscene and thus constitutionally unprotected.
That's old. That's
Reason.com.
No, Vice has a thing about that.
Oh, because there was a guy who was driving around and he got pulled over a couple times. He's like, "Nah," he's like, "This is my freedom of speech," and finally they got him.
Oh, they did for lewd conduct or something.
Yeah,
it's still bullshit.
It is. It is. Florida man TSA agent posted naked photos of ex-wife on Twitter. That's taking doxing to like a whole nother level.
He did what?
Posted naked photos of his ex-wife on Twitter. So, I don't know. We'll just do whatever. Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and Randy is not with me, but I have Mo. What up, Mo?
Hey.
Our friend Mo. Mo is standing in today for Randy. Randy left the show.
He left the show to go on vacation.
Yeah, he's on vacation.
He's on vacation?
I think so. I think he's down in that Forge place in Tennessee. Pigeon Forge or
Pickle Forge or whatever.
Pigeon Toe or I don't know.
Pigeon Toe Forge. We should tell him to bring back one of those steaks that he always rants about.
We should. You know what? I'll text him.
Yeah, we should message him because we're recording on a Sunday.
We are recording.
And he usually comes home on Sunday, right?
Either Sunday or Monday. But he went down. I don't know if he was just going down for the weekend or if he was coming back like midweek.
Wait, doesn't he go with his family?
Yeah.
For like a week? Is that what this trip is?
I think so. Because he was out of town. He was out of town from
in the middle of the week, right?
Yeah, till like Wednesday or Thursday, and then they were leaving Friday to head down there. So I don't know.
Hopefully Randy has a safe trip, and if he's not back, then he can listen to this one while he's driving home. Yeah,
maybe. I mean, the kids will be in the car, so.
Well, what's his mom's name again?
Sharon.
I apologize in advance if I say anything that's not dictionary worthy.
You know what? I don't even know where my dictionary is. I'm going to be honest. I think I put it in the closet because I was cleaning stuff up to put stuff away.
Oh.
But I haven't, I'm sorry, Sharon, I haven't really used it.
Except to keep the door open, right?
Keep the door closed.
Oh, okay.
Trying to keep people out. But, yeah, anyway. So what have you been up to, Mo?
Let's see.
I mean, you're retired now.
Last time I was on the show was with Jason. Yeah. That was like during the Panini, right? When we were all locked up.
Yep. The situation.
So, the situation. Gosh, since then...
it's been a while.
It's been a minute. So, well, I guess, but can we tell everybody that you're getting to see Jason here shortly?
Yeah. We're heading out to Indianapolis to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, right?
Yes, IMS, the Brickyard.
The Brickyard.
To some folks, yeah.
On October 17th, that weekend, the weekend of the 17th, and we're gonna go out there, hang out, try to get into the pits, maybe steal a car, do a couple laps.
For the Fantech World Challenge.
Yeah, we're gonna see how much damage we can do in one single lap. It's kind of like Demolition Derby racing.
No, there was a video game like that where the whole goal was to jack your car up. Metal Gear.
There was Twisted Metal.
Yeah, there you go.
And you could be like the clown. Like, there was always the crazy clown.
Yeah.
He was the one that always stuck out.
Because who doesn't need a crazy clown?
Right. But there's another game where you're supposed to rack up as much damage as you possibly can as well while you're driving around. And I can't remember what that is. Like, it used to, I think they had it in a Need for Speed once.
Yeah. No, in Need for Speed, there were like certain levels that you had to do.
Yeah.
Like as much damage as possible.
Yeah. But I think they made another company made a game solely out of that. Like, that was the whole thing. It was like, just how much damage could you do in like a lap?
Oh, okay.
Rack up as much as you could, ragdoll people, but it was usually on a city street.
Was it Burnout?
Maybe.
Was that?
Maybe.
I think that was. Go ahead.
Speaking of ragdolling people, I just found out that my daughter's been playing Grand Theft Auto 5. I don't own it anymore, but she's been playing, and
which one is that? Is that the Florida one?
No, that's the California one, like San Francisco.
Oh,
Oakland,
San Andreas. San Andreas. Yeah,
San Andreas, yeah. Where you can be the three different people. You can be Trevor, the white trashy dude. You can be my daughter refers to him as Kanye West, which is the black character, or you can be the white mobby guy, the mobster.
I think I stopped playing after Vice City. I think that was the last one I played.
Vice City was the best.
Yeah, it was just kind of getting a little out of control, They're
rebooting Vice City.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they're
like for all these new consoles.
Yeah, I think they're going to bring it back up for all the new consoles.
Huh.
Because they're trying to, from what I read, like they're trying to release GTA in 2023.
Like the original?
No, the 6.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to release another one, but they want to because they haven't released a Grand Theft Auto since like the release of the PS4, and that's been 7-8 years ago.
Oh, well, I mean, hell, they're already on the PS5, so
right. Well, and that just came out last November, so they want to hold people over because I mean, there's really only so much they can do with the online stuff, and Rockstar's put all their money into the online gaming.
Uh-huh.
So they're just like, we're gonna remaster and re-release a couple of the older versions.
Okay.
Like, hell yeah, I'll get Vice City.
But with them, I'm sure they got to pay a ton with DCMA with all the music that they put into the games.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they got to pay a ton of royalties for that. Because that can't be cheap.
Well, I'm almost.
Because they're putting like legit classic, especially like the San Andreas one. It had all that classic hip hop in it.
Yeah. Like
that had to be mad expensive. And then even if you look back to, like I said, Vice City, and then was it GTA 3? Was that the first one where it was like the third person viewer?
Yeah, because they were all that top view. Like you had the top down view.
Oh, before that, yeah.
Yeah, before 3, and then 3 was the one where you could actually go and pick up hookers and do all, steal cars and have them repainted, and you pick up a hooker and you take her around into an alley and the cars start rocking.
Well, and you get your health back, right?
Yeah, you got health back for it too. Yeah. It's always a good time. I think I've played every Grand Theft Auto. I think I still own the original Grand Theft Auto, like the top-down version for PC. So.
Yeah, that one was just strictly stealing cars, though, right? There wasn't all the other nefarious activity.
No, it was just stealing cars and trying to get away from the cops, like outrun the police to get your star status down.
And I think Grand Theft Auto 3 is where it like really went like
off the deep end,
debaucherous. Yeah, it went off the end, like because you're like robbing banks and doing hits and. Oh,
I'm in. Like when 6 comes out, I'm buying it. I'm considering buying 5, just so that I can play it again. Because I had it on the PS4, and then when my house got broke into, all my shit got stolen. And
I didn't know you had a break-in.
Oh yeah, this was like 7-8 years ago.
In the house you're at now?
Yeah. Someone kicked in our front door while Liz and I were at work.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah, they kicked in the front door. They put diesel in the downstairs like half bath, and then just ransacked the house. It looked like something you would see where like the cops get a search warrant and everything was just flipped upside down. Like if it wasn't,
was it when? Go ahead.
If it wasn't bolted to the floor, it was moved. Like,
was it when all the new construction was going on?
No, just some crackheads out of Lancaster.
Damn. And you kind of live in a area where I would think you would see something like that. Like it's not like you live in a like, cookie cutter neighborhood.
No.
Now that I'm blowing up your spot and everything.
Oh no, it's fine.
But
people listen to enough shows, they can pinpoint where I live.
But like your quote neighborhood is pretty sparse.
Yeah,
I would imagine it would be easy to see if someone was breaking in, let alone someone that wasn't you or Liz.
Well,
or the girls.
It was so. I mean, I live on a country road. At the time there were only about 7 houses on this road. My neighbors are both teachers, so they were at school.
They were at school.
Yeah, this is in January. The woman across the street, catty corner, she's a bus driver and a realtor. She wasn't home, so no one's really home. The people on the other catty corner direction, they're always on the road doing something. They're, I'm going to say for lack of better terms, they are literally carny bums. Like they own carnival equipment. Coolest people on the planet. Like the dude is, he is the owner of like carny equipment. He is not the runner. He's not the guy that you see operating the machinery.
So he just drives it out there, sets it up, and
he doesn't even set it up. He
comes back and picks it up.
He drives it out there, stays out there for the week, makes sure that the people that are running his equipment get paid, and then the guy is rolling in dough. He's rolling in carnival dough.
Yeah, name a weekend there isn't a carnival,
right? I'm almost certain that's what he was doing this summer because he switched. He sold his roller coaster and the other piece of equipment he had, and I think he ended up buying like a food trailer. Mm-hmm. And because he left, and they left in May, and I haven't seen them back until last week.
How cool would it be, like, if you had access to that kind of stuff and had like just a nasty like house party with all those rides?
Oh,
like did they have the big slide?
He doesn't, but like I'm sure one of his guys does. Like
or what's the one where you stick to the wall, like play drinking games with that?
Yeah, like the Gravitron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
You keep
awesome.
doing shots until you puke.
We should do that anyway. The Fairfield County Fair's coming up. The Fairfield County Fair's coming up in October, like October 10th. They have a Gravitron. Is
that Pumpkin Show?
No, I don't know when Pumpkin Show is. I got to get with Randy on that one.
Yeah.
He just said that he's actually back in Ohio now.
Okay.
And I said, well, Mo and I are recording a show right now.
Did he bring us a steak? That's all I want to know.
No, that's after Thanksgiving. So Pigeon Toe Forge is after Thanksgiving or wherever the hell he goes.
It's funny, like listening to this show. Like I don't know Randy very well, but I know like his seasonal behaviors.
Yeah, he's a creature of habit.
Yeah, very much
a creature of habit. But you and I, we've known each other for several years.
Yeah, it all started with theFitUnited.
It did.
And had it not been for that damn Cambridge Analytica, we'd be millionaires.
Oh, that fucking thing!
You were just about to make me an admin. I remember.
I was too. I was like, yeah, let's. I need to get this.
Let's do this.
Get this rolling. I need more help with the site and get it going.
It was a great site, man. The way you had it set up. So for those that don't know, like Brandon, he's better at computer stuff than he leads on. I mean, considering that is his job.
Yeah.
But he basically had like this Facebook page. And so just imagine like whatever your hobby is. And
there was
this Facebook page
for that hobby.
Yeah. Like if you were a scrapbooker and you were able to set up this web page where anybody that posted something about scrapbooking, it would just automatically populate into this Facebook page. So you could go there and you could find like every scrapbooking convention, in the tri-state area. And it was glorious too. Because I would schedule stuff around what I would find on your Facebook page, and it was great. And then you were going to start going into programming and stuff like that. You were starting to do you were getting back into photography a little bit.
Yeah. So and that the whole goal of the site at one point was to become basically like honest to God, it's almost to be like what the Buttery Bros do. So the goal originally was to create a multimedia site. Like just going to events, taking video, taking photo, getting the shit posted. and doing interviews and things like that. And I never was able to get it that far because it's a lot of work. Like
we did get one interview out of the way.
We did. We got one.
I think was that the first time I met you is when we did the interview with Arnold?
No. That was.
Oh no, we met at XS.
We met at XS like probably 2 years prior to that.
Okay.
Or maybe 3 years prior to that.
Yeah, because you even had a banner at the Arnold.
Yeah, I have the banner sitting over here next to me.
Yeah,
the
Arnold. So just imagine like the biggest scrapbooking convention on the face of the planet, and also one of the 3 highest incidents of human trafficking in the United States, only second to the Super Bowl and the NBA All-Star Game.
Yeah,
continue.
So it's a perfect place to advertise your name. But the site was like. So I don't know if you know this. I know Jason knows this. I know like Jimmy and Brandon know this, and a few others. Like the site was not created for the CrossFit athlete. It wasn't created for the participants. It was for
vendors, right?
It was for coaches. It was for gym owners and coaches, so that because what was happening is what you were saying. Like I would go to your site to schedule things around look at the calendar and schedule things around that. It was initially created as a resource for gym owners to know, when an event was going on so that they didn't conflict with that. Because, if you have 2 gyms in the same area and they're having an event that same weekend, well, now people got to figure out which gym they're going to go to. Like, which event do I want to participate in? Mm-hmm. And then, so I was working on that, had that completely automated. Like I only had to go in and approve stuff. Like I didn't have to search for anything. All I had to do was go, yep, add these, and these, done. And then I started working on, about the time you did Guns and Ribbons, the Guns and Ribbons Throwdown, I started looking into doing ticketing. And
because we were going to do that the following year.
Yeah.
I was going to use your site, yeah.
Yeah, because Brody was going to use it. You were set up to use it. You were going to use it. I had a couple other gym owners that I was in talks to about using it, and I could not find a programmer. And keep in mind the site made zero cash. Like I printed off shirts and ended up losing money on the shirts. Like I still own 20 of the FitUnited shirts, and I just.
That's one of Mel's favorite shirts, dude.
Screw it, and started wearing them. If I had an extra one left in her size, I would have given it to her.
Was it 4 Aces CrossFit in London? The owner, Richie, has one of your shirts.
So does Sam Briggs. That's awesome.
And so does Sam Briggs. Yeah, you're right.
I've never seen her wear it in any of her Instagram posts.
Let's drive down to Columbus and grill her. Like, where the fuck's that shirt?
Yeah, where's that shirt at? I want to see it. Yeah. But then, I want to get into ticketing, but that part of programming, I just don't know. And so I was talking to one guy who was a CrossFitter that I worked with, and he went to one of the gyms up in Columbus, and I'm like, hey, let's do this thing. I'll cut you in on half of everything. I'm bringing the idea. You're doing.
You have the skill piece.
Yeah, you're doing the work. I've got the idea. I'm paying for everything at this point. The website, I'll pay for whatever we need. I'll buy. And he was like, yeah, okay. Well, then he just never did anything. So, and I would ask him about like work. I'm like, hey, so, I'm thinking about this. What do you think this would take to do this? And he's like, oh, yeah, that should be pretty easy. I'll look into it tonight. Next day. Hey, I didn't.
He probably just stole your idea and has his own website somewhere. He's probably, was it Wad Rocket or something?
Well, see, that's the thing. Well, I was even looking at shit like what Wad Rocket had, like to see, how they compared to what I was trying to do, and then after that, it's like, well, I would talk to a developer, like I'd get in contact with somebody through somebody else.
Yeah, and they'd want $1 million for it.
Yeah, and they would like, well, I need $5,000 up front, and then halfway through, I'm going to need like another $5,000, and then we'll finish off with $10,000, and I'm like, whoa.
And then weren't you trying to because I remember you talking, you were trying to do some not necessarily profit sharing, but just collaboration in terms of compensation.
Yeah. I was trying to do some profit share stuff. Like, look, you're going to be the first person that you're doing this work, track everything you're doing. I'm going to track everything you're doing. The money starts. I've got people lined up to use it. Like I think I legitimately had about 20 gyms lined up and ready to go once it launched. Mm-hmm. Like, because you could use it for anything. You could use it for yoga classes. You could use it for anything you wanted. Scrapbooking, yeah. And I'd tell them, like, I got these people, like, they're ready to go, but I can't pay you up front. I'll pay you on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, not doing it. They're like, it's an interesting project, but I'm not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's either an interesting project or it's not. You know, I understand where you're coming from. You want to get paid. You don't think I'm going to pay you for it. But I have nothing to gain out of not paying you for something that, you know,
if only we would have had, what's that, Kickstarter back then?
I know, yeah, GoFundMe and Kickstarter.
Yeah, I think Kickstarter would have been better because, people get stuff for it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kickstarter or GoFundMe turned into more of a charity case. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but when it was initially coming out, like I would start GoFundMes for friends just to buy PS4s for them.
Jesus. Isn't that what Twitch is for now?
Basically, yeah. Get out my Atari 2600 and stream it on Twitch.
Oh, that would be killer. I bet you there probably is somebody out there doing that.
Oh, there has to be. And if there's not, I just missed my opportunity.
Oh, yeah, because you just put it out there. Well, no, I just mark the time and date, so it's your intellectual property now.
Yeah, I just 30 minutes in, it's mine. I'm taking it. But so yeah, we got there was the whole FitUnited thing, and I still own it. Like I still own the Facebook page. Mm-hmm. And I got into a little bit of beef with some guy up in Canada who also...
Oh, I forgot about this.
Who also started, like, after I did, because I've had the FitUnited for almost every bit of 10 years. Like, and he started a FitUnited up in Canada, and at one point, we had damn near the exact same logo. Like, because I created all my own stuff, did all my graphic design... And I don't know, and he's doing a FitUnited podcast and everything else, and I don't give a shit. But at one point, I had sent him, I'm like, hey, you need to, I'm not going to get any attorneys are involved in this or anything.
But you need to change your shit.
Yeah, you're looking at, I'm rolling with, this kettlebell and barbell looking logo, and I'll be damned.
Pretty damn familiar.
If yours doesn't look almost identical to mine. Mm-hmm. And he said something in response. I'm like,
he just blew you off, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, the first time he blew me off. Then I sent him, I went and found like a cease and desist letter and just sent it to him and just filled his name in with the shit, which I don't know if it was legal or not, but I just did it anyway. The reality is I'm in the U.S. and he's in Canada, and I don't know that I could have done anything anyway with, unless it's international law stuff. But I was just like, so finally he ended up changing it to something else.
Oh, wow.
At the time.
So you fat stacked him into it, huh?
Yeah, but he still never responded. He just changed it. Like 2 weeks later, it was a different...
He knew what was good for him.
Different logo. And I'm like, you fucking asshole. But I'd actually thought about doing a FitUnited podcast, but now he's got that going on, so I don't want to do something that he's already doing. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the Facebook page. I thought about renaming it to something else. I still have the idea for the coaching over coffee.
Yeah.
That I haven't done anything
I thought that was a good idea.
I think that's a good idea. I just need to figure out a better way to do it. Like, it needs to be kind of like the, Seinfeld's, Coffee and Cars.
The Coffee and Cars?
Yeah. It needs to be more like that.
I've always thought that was pretty cool.
When you can just sit down with somebody and just chat about CrossFit-y, fitness-y, nutrition-y shit. So.
Yeah. Because every conversation is different with that. Right. It's not like you have to ask the same questions for everybody, but kind of like, was it Hot Ones is kind of like that?
Yeah. Yeah. You just sit
where
down.
They have but there's certain questions that he always asks everybody.
Yeah, like how hot can you how hot of food can you eat, and do you like your asshole to be on fire?
I like spicy food for flavor, but not for pain.
No,
like I'm sorry, but these people that say, "Oh yeah, I can't eat anything less than a Carolina Reaper," like there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, that's a whole another level of fucked up right there. Like that is, like I'm big on hot sauces. Like I think I have all the Cholulas. Like everything that Cholula makes, I have.
Cholula's tasty though.
It is, and it's not hot. It's just it's got flavor and it's got a little bit of tang.
It's got a little bit of heat, but it's mostly for the flavor because it's got that smoky taste to it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they have a sweet habanero. Now that one's fucking hot. But that's
the orange one, right?
Well, there's 3 orange ones.
Oh, okay. I know they have the green one now.
They have 2. So they have the green one, which is their green jalapeno, and that one's really good.
I don't like it as much. I like the original.
Well, I like the original, but they have a garlic chili that's got an orange cap.
I have not seen that one.
That one's really good. The sweet habanero is got an orange cap. That one's like hit or miss depending on what you're eating it on. And then they have a chili lime.
That sounds interesting.
It comes in a green bottle, but it has an orange cap.
Okay.
So, and that one's Harley really likes that one, but that one's a little interesting as well. But the green one, the garlic chili, and the original flavor are by far like the best ones they have. And I think they have one more, but I haven't had it yet.
Yeah. So if y'all are into like tasty hot sauce, I would definitely give it a try. Start off with just the original, because it only gets better from there.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's probably my favorite. Like I love to put it on eggs.
Oh yeah, every morning.
Yeah, it just gives it a little bit of heat, but a lot of flavor.
Yeah, it's good shit. I mean, and there's another one called Tapatio, which is really,
I don't like that as much.
It's not as good, but I mean, really, all they're telling you to do is fuck your uncle. So I don't use that one as much. I mean, Tio is Spanish for uncle, so. And
tap your Tio,
tap a Tio, tap an uncle. Not into that. That's just. So
speaking of tapping your uncles, going back to GTA. So have you had a talk to your daughter about her newfound interest in? How old is she? She's
13.
Yeah,
she's 13. I mean,
we were playing shit like that when we were 13. I mean, on a relative scale.
Yeah, yeah. So I did. I said, so what are you doing in that game? She's like, she goes, we don't do any of the missions. I'm like, well, what are you doing in the game?
What do you do?
She goes flying around hitting people with cars. I'm like,
okay.
You're just driving around.
So you might have a sociopath on your hands, but go ahead.
Yeah, I said, so you're just driving around hitting people with cars? She's like, yeah. She goes, we just drive around. We just hit somebody with a car and then we drive off and we try to get, as many stars as we can get. And I'm like, I said, is the goal just to see if you can get the military after you? And she goes, yeah. I said, well, shit. I said, if that's the case, I said, you need to go to the west side of the state. I said, there's a CIA facility over there with a helicopter. I said, you need to
try and steal that.
I said, just steal that gunship. I said, and then just start mowing people down. I said, it's got rockets. It's got machine guns. I said, you will get 6-star status, like, real fast. I said, go over to the prison that's right up the highway and just blow everything up in that prison.
There, in the Florida one, there was a military base, was it Star City? What was the Miami one?
Vice City.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Vice City, yeah.
It's in Florida. It's Miami.
Okay, but that one, there was a military base, too, that you could go steal stuff from. In GTA 3, there was a base, but you couldn't get in it, I think.
No, you couldn't get in it, and the planes didn't fly. The plane was called the Dodo, and you could get it to, you could get it to go up.
You could drive it around, right?
You could. Well, you could get it to go up, and then it would immediately come back down. And you could do, this little hop, skippy, jump thing, but they never put fly mechanics into GTA 3.
Wasn't that, one of the rewards or an achievement or something was to get the plane?
I think so.
Yeah.
But you couldn't do anything with it. You just fly it around and shoot out the side.
And weren't there, the hidden suitcases or something? Or... I just remember there was something they were hidden all over the map, and there were 100 of them.
Yeah.
And that was one of the achievements was to get all 100. I did it. So I guess the way you're supposed to do it is that should be the first thing you do, or the last thing you do. Like they told you when you're doing when you read those books,
like the how-tos.
I can't remember. Yeah,
yeah.
They tell you either do it first or last because otherwise you'll screw it up.
Oh, really? I always did it in the middle of the game.
It makes it harder if you do it in the middle of the game as you're playing.
Really?
Yeah. Because, God, I can't remember, the Brady books, that's what it is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because in there it had a map of all of them.
Some of the areas weren't accessible, though, until you got so far in the game.
Yeah.
So, if you... Well, when they started going to the islands, you know, you could only do so much in this one island until you got so far in the game doing like the story stuff, and then it gave you access to the next island or across that bridge, and then so you couldn't get them all at the beginning. So you'd have to wait till get them all at the end. I always did it in the middle. Like I'd always like the first thing I'd do is collect whatever collectibles on that island, and then go do the first mission, and then do some side missions and kill a bunch of people. And
were the collectibles like little statues or something? I don't remember.
In some cases, yeah.
They were like trophies, essentially, right?
Yeah, like
and you had to put them in your house or something.
Yeah, when you collect them, I think they showed up like in a trophy case or some shit.
Yeah,
but
I think out of all things, like with the whole GTA platform, my favorite thing is the radio stations.
Oh, the radio
but not
stations.
The music stations, the talk stations.
Oh yeah. Well, they had like Ricky Rackman doing one, and they had.
Oh really?
Yeah, because he did some, and they had another DJ, like MTV DJ.
Oh, Nina Blackwood was one of them, I think.
Yeah, there were some. Who else? I think they had Kennedy for one.
You know, she's a news reporter now.
She's got like some crazy ass like podcast.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Like I know she's a news reporter. Like she's always been a news reporter. I mean,
but
if MTV was
not non-music news, yeah,
right. But she has some. I think it's some like. It's not a libertarian-based podcast. I think it's like kind of crazy left podcast where she will invite people from the right and the left.
And then
but she always backs the people from the left and basically tells everybody from the right to pound salt.
So it's almost like was it Wally George, where you walk in there knowing that you're going to lose to begin with?
Yeah, like that's. I think they walk in thinking they're going to win, but.
No, you can't win that fight.
I haven't listened to the show. I've just heard that she's got this podcast, and
was not aware. But like in the second or in the third one, like it was those talk radio, like talk radio, I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
And this is back in the day of torrents and everything. I would download the talk radio station and then play it in my office at work, and people would be like, "What the hell radio station are you listening to?" Because they'd be talking about like the puppet festivals and my Batsu monstrosity, the 8-passenger amphibious vehicle,
which they have never put in a game yet. They need to put that shit.
You're
in
right,
a game.
they haven't.
They had something called like the Habatsu something. And it was just like a sports car.
They had one. I remember. It was just called a kuruma, which is car in Japanese. I remember when I stole my first one, I was cracking up. I was like, "That's hilarious."
I would say I wouldn't have caught that because I don't.
Oh,
unlike you, I don't speak Japanese.
And the other one that was hilarious was in the San Andreas. There was a dirt bike called the Sanchez.
Oh yeah, the Sanchez. that one was hilarious. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get my Sanchez dirty. God, I'm gonna have to go buy GTA now.
Yeah, I don't think I can do it anymore, only because that game is just so vast.
It's as fast as you want to make it. I mean, it's not.
Well, I'm one of those guys, like, I have to do all the side missions.
Oh, I am
and
too.
I have to clear all the maps and everything, because I played Fallout Vegas, New Vegas, and it was on the old Xbox 360, and all of a sudden, one day, my hard drive just died. Oh. And I was like 100 hours into it. Like I was like 80% complete. I was about to go over the bridge to go fight Kaisar and all that stuff. And then it just wouldn't fire up. And I was like, oh God. And then whenever, I don't know, whenever it pops up on my Facebook because my oldest son, he was like 10 or 12 at the time. He was like, it's a sad day when you see a grown man cry over his Xbox dying. So whenever that anniversary pops up, I'll make sure to tag you in it.
Yeah, do that because I want to see that. Well, they actually like I don't pay for it. I had a bunch of free like PlayStation Plus stuff, and it does cloud-based backup. Mm-hmm. Xbox is doing that now, where they'll just back up all of your shit to the cloud, and then you just
to prevent stuff like that from happening.
Yeah. So and they just motor on. Like I'm playing a game called it's Middle Earth: Shadows of Mordor, and it's a complete fucking nerdy, like, Lord of the Rings game, and I don't watch any of the Lord of the Rings shit, but I think I'm 40-some hours into this game, and I've only taken over one tower. Like, there's, I think, 8 towers to take over, or 6 towers to take over. I've taken over one tower, and I'm 40 hours into this game.
Yeah, well, that was like when we were both playing Assassin's Creed.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, we were, like, going back and forth every day, like, oh, did you go get this? Oh, did you go get that? Like, and I was, like, deep into that game. Like, I'm glad it's over.
Well, see, you left on Odyssey, right? That was the last one you played? Or did you play Valhalla?
I played Odyssey, but I played all the expansions, too.
Okay, so I played all the expansions, then I moved on to Valhalla.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not
gave
ready
up
for that, man.
Like, I'll get the next Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I'll get the next Assassin's Creed game whenever it comes out. I think it's called Syndicate. No, it can't.
Was it just not fun, or what?
It got to be super repetitive. So the problem is, games now the maps are getting so big that it's not like, oh, I'm going to run over here and do this. It's, oh, I'm going to run over here. 20 minutes later, you're still running over there. Like, to get to wherever it is the hell you're trying to go.
Well, hell, in Assassin's Creed, you had to have boats and shit and like, sail all over the place.
So I'll use Red Dead Redemption, for instance, like the newest one.
And I thought about playing that until my son told me he spent 20 minutes, like, in real time riding a horse across a map to go get something. And then he couldn't get it because he wasn't high enough level. Yeah, that's it. And then he had to ride all the way back.
Because there's not a whole lot of fast travel you can do, and there's a couple fast travel spots. You have to find
trains, right, or something.
Trains and stagecoaches.
Yeah,
and I would.
And you have to pay for them, don't you?
Yeah, and you. Yeah. So like I would ride from like Valentine, which is right at the beginning of the game. So you're on the far. You're basically in the middle of the map. Ride to Valentine. I want to go to Strawberry. Well, Strawberry is literally a 20-minute horse ride away. Mm-hmm. So you're just literally for 20 minutes, you're just riding a horse, trying to navigate through and not get shot by bandits and the marshals and everything else. And you're just like, oh fuck, this is.
Yeah, Fallout New Vegas was my first experience with those massive maps like that, and like it's not really clear like where you should go. You just kind of have to figure it out.
Yeah.
By dying in the wrong places because you're going into an area that's like too high of a level.
Yeah, you're like level 80 and it's level 400.
Yeah.
And then one guy he like basically takes his pinky and touches you and you die.
Yeah. At least, what was that other game? Destiny. I played with the kids. At least like if you were going against something that like you could absolutely not destroy, it would just show the skulls.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't even show their level number. It would just show skulls. So you're like, okay, don't go there.
Stay away from it did that in Assassin's Creed Odyssey also.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it did.
If you got to something that was, like, I think it was 10 levels higher than you, it would show skulls that, you could attempt it, and people did if you knew how to, had the reflexes dodge, but...
Because I think I accidentally stumbled on that Cyclops, like, in my first, 20 hours. And in that island, like, right after you leave.
And he bludgeoned the shit out of you.
Yeah, I know, I just ran. I didn't even try and fight it.
So there's a game... It's called Sekiro or Sekiro, depending on.
Oh, Sekiro.
Sekiro. I haven't heard that one yet. Yes, so it is from.
Is it like South American drug dealers and stuff?
No, so it's from a company called From Software, and they made I think Dark Souls or Demon Souls or something like that, and they did Bloodborne, and there's one difficulty level. Fuck you.
The fuck you level?
It's just fuck you. There's no difficulty settings. The game is just hard. They're all just hard. And it's based on you have to be able to react and parry. That's the only way you can't.
Oh, so it's all defensive type action.
It's defense followed up with offense back to defense, but then you have to parry at the right time. Or dodge at the right time, or else you get fucked.
Yeah, my son was playing.
Rage quit that game. I got up. I was on I made it all the way to the end boss. Like, you would spend 2-3 weeks just working on a boss. Like, no shit, the butterfly lady took me 2.5 weeks to beat this bitch. I finally beat her, and then I continue through the game. I get to the last guy, and he's got 3 levels. Well, of course, you only have 1 level.
So you basically have to kill him 3 times.
You got to kill this asshole 3 times. I got to the last round of fighting him, and he come out of nowhere and just sliced my ass in half, and I just whipped my controller across the room into a chair. Like, fuck this. I took the disc out, whipped it across the room.
This is like a full-on...
Oh, this was full-on, like rage quit. This is after 2 weeks of working on this guy, too.
This is like some... what did Les Grossman say in Tropic Thunder? It's like you're going to need a UN resolution to get me fire. Scorched Earth. Yeah, that's what it was.
That's where I was at. I was Scorched Earth. I was just like, fuck this. Well, my buddy who was playing, he went up against him the first time and took him down. I'm like, how the fuck did you take him down? I'm like, I said, I've been working on this dickhead for 3 weeks. I've been working on him.
Wow. That's rough.
Just trying to figure it out. And, like, because you got to memorize moves, and you got to memorize, like, where they're going to be and how to dodge. And he's like,
it sounds like me with...
I just got lucky.
It sounds like me with Final Fantasy VII. Like, did you ever play those games?
I played the ones, like, the original ones for Nintendo.
Yeah.
And then I got into when it moved to PC, I got that first version that came on, like, 14 discs. Like CD-ROMs.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the 3 1/4.
No, it legitimately came, I think it was on like 4 CD-ROMs. So you like play so far, and then you'd have to swap out the disc, like
swap them out,
middle of a dialogue or something. And I let someone borrow it, and they took it to the pawn shop.
Nice.
Yeah, they pawned my game, so I never actually got to play it. Like, I started playing it, and then I quit playing it to play Half-Life and Unreal Tournament, and I let them borrow it, and they pawned it for $5.
There's a special place in hell for people like that.
Yeah, I don't talk to them anymore.
Those are the same people that, like, drive the speed limit in the fast lane.
Drive 10 miles under the speed limit in the fast lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a certain place in hell for them. But then again, there's people like myself that will drive a $200,000 car in the snow, and I get told there's a special place in hell for me. So now, I don't own a $200,000 car. Right. Yeah. I don't own a $200,000 car, but if I had one, like a Lamborghini or some AMG.
Yeah, why would you not drive it if you owned it?
Yeah. I mean, that's what they're built for. So
yeah.
But yeah,
anyway.
I have not played a Final Fantasy game since that one. I mean,
I played that one. I played 7, and that was the last one I played because I couldn't beat the last guy because I didn't have some special golden chicken. Like, I couldn't figure out because, like, there was this like breeding this. So horrible bosses when he's got the pins and the strings everywhere.
Yeah,
there was like some bizarre way that you had to breed these chickens and get a certain color chicken. Then you breed these other 2 chickens, and you get another chicken.
Are you talking about?
You had to get this
chocobos?
Golden chicken. Yeah, the chocobos or chocobos or whatever the hell they were called. And I could not get that damn golden one. Like I dedicated, like, there was a typhoon. So whenever there were typhoons in Japan, like, everything shuts down.
Oh yeah.
And so I remember I dedicated like 48 hours one time during a typhoon alert, trying to get that damn golden chicken. And after that, I was like, you know what? It's not that important. So then I gave the game to my friend's kid. He finished the bitch like in a week.
Ah, that's super annoying.
This is back on the PS1.
Oh my god!
With the 2 megabyte storage cards.
I didn't have a PS1. I wasn't. My mom was not a PlayStation fan.
I paid $700 for that thing. I wake up in a cold sweat to that song every once in a while.
That's hilarious. That's the Chocobo music. Now my mom.
I paid $700 for that thing. I was the first one on the base to have one.
That's so expensive. They were only going for like $299, $300.
You can probably get one for $100 now.
Shit, you can get one for $20 now. And it'll come loaded with all the PS1 games.
Oh yeah, well, with all the emulators out there.
Yeah, it'll have every game on it. My mom was a huge gamer, and so
that doesn't surprise me.
Oh, we always had something. Like when in 1980, 84, 85, whatever it was, maybe 85, 86, when the Nintendo came out with the NES. Oh, we had.
Oh yeah,
we had the NES. We had the Gyrobot. We had the gun. We had Duck Hunt. We had
the Power Glove.
We did. That's the one thing we didn't get. We did not get the Power Glove, but we had the.
So you had the Power Pad.
We had the Power Pad for the track and field games.
Yeah.
I think there was a keyboard.
There are a lot of accessories for that thing.
But yeah, the Gyrobot. Like I love playing Gyrobot, and we had like Burger Time and Smash Brothers, but we had that, and then we moved up to the Super Nintendo, and then we had the 64, and every time my mom was first in line to go get one. She was always at Toys R Us in Youngstown because that was the closest one, and we would have the Nintendo. She would play. So I caught her one Christmas, and this is how I found out. She was playing Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past.
The original?
So the second one.
Was that the one with the oh wait, was that the one where you had to plant the trees and shit?
No,
and go back in time.
No. This is still on.
That was on
the original
N64.
Nintendo. Yeah, this is on the original Nintendo. Still, it's like the second Legend of Zelda, and it was the side scroller instead of being like the kind of top down style.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah, this was a side scroller and a top down simultaneously. Like you would go into a palace, and it became a side scroller, and you would jump and shoot your sword and do all the goofy shit, save the princess, and it wasn't the princess, but that's how I found out. Like, 'cause she was playing that game, and then she's like, well, Santa dropped it off early for me to play. That's what I got.
So, in honor of your mother, what are we sipping on?
Oh,
you gave me a little vial of this probably about a year ago.
I was gonna say, how long did I get?
No, maybe. Did you give this to me at my retirement?
Was it your retirement, or was it more recent than that?
It might have been. I know my retirement. You gave me the.
I gave you the White Dog, and I gave you the Bottle and
Bond.
Bond.
Other stuff.
The Heaven Hill
Bottle.
That
Bottle and Bond. That's like everybody and their mom wants it now. Which I will not crack open until you come over for dinner.
That bottle, honest to God, if someone's going to offer you $700 for that bottle, take it. Like, you have an unopened bottle.
Like, seriously, like, how much is it worth now? I have no idea.
I don't know. I mean, but if someone were to come back and say, "Oh, you have this bottle of Heaven Hill," like that's the last. I think that's one of the last runs in that bottle at a It's a $12 bottle. It's not a $40 bottle like it is today, and it's the white label bottle. If someone were to offer you like shit, even $400, I'd take it. I mean, one, because it was a gift, so you don't have anything invested in it. But two, that's $400.
No, but you went out of your way to get that for me.
I didn't go out of my way. I bought it because, I mean, no offense, Mo, but I bought it because I had a bottle, and I'm like, I think Mo would like this. I'm going to buy this for him too.
Well, that's not offensive. That's you looking out. So I've consulted the Oracle here, also known as Google, and it is listed on Cask and Cartel for $214.99. I think that officially is now the most expensive bottle of whiskey on my shelf.
Yeah, for secondary pricing.
Yeah,
that's
not the most expensive bottle of scotch, but definitely the most expensive bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, I'll. What time? Oh, it's 5 o'clock now. It's almost 6 o'clock. I was like, I'll start driving now, and we'll crack that bitch.
No, you got to come out and. Oh Jesus! No, you got to come out and we'll have a barbecue and everything.
Yeah, we need to do that here real soon too.
Yeah, before it gets too cold.
What year did you retire? 2018.
Yeah, so this is a 3-year-old bottle. That it was something weird. So the first batch was bottle and bond, right?
Yeah.
And then the subsequent bottles were not bottle and bond, but it was the same mash bill and everything, just a different.
So the white label, you're just talking about the white label bottles in general?
Yeah.
No, so the white label they've done for years. That's like it's basically like their bottom shelf whiskey.
Okay.
But I think they used that same mash bill, and they did a 100 proof bottle and bond version of that. And they've been doing
it was a limited run.
Yeah, so it's just a limited run of the same thing. They did it every year. It wasn't anything like, oh, we're just going to do this one year. They did it for a lot of years. And this
wasn't anything special originally.
No. It was just this is a bottle and bond. Our white label's $12. This bottle and bond's $12. It's the same crap. Mm-hmm. It's just this one's a little higher proof.
It had a cop watching it. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I think it's slightly higher in proof because I think the other stuff is 80 where this is 100.
100, yeah.
But it's the same mash bill, and then all of a sudden once, the bourbon boom has happened, they're like, well, we're not doing this $12 or $14 bottle anymore. We're going to change the bottle design. We're going to change the mash bill, and we're going to up it to $40 a bottle.
To now where it's that blue and blue label,
it's
right?
the round bottle with the blue label instead of being their iconic square bottle with the white label. So, but it's, from what I remember, because I finished my bottle off at least 2 years ago, it is fantastic.
I remember you finished it rather quickly, too. Because I remember you asking me a couple times, you're like, hey, have you opened that up? And I was like, no, I'm just chilling and waiting, And then all of a sudden you were like, hey, dude, that bottle's going up in price. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
And I just sort of forgot about it for a while. And then you brought it up. Or we were talking about hanging out. And I said, yeah, I'm not. Oh, no, you talked about it on the show. And I was like, no, now I'm not opening it until you come out for a barbecue.
I'm going to make you wait so long to open the bottle.
Well, anyway, so somewhere between here and there and I don't know, probably a year ago.
Then and today, I've given you a sample of Virgil Kaine Electric Owl.
Yes, which they no longer make this, correct?
No, this is I want to say this is like a 2016 bottle.
You had me looking for this when I went out to Charlotte in 2018, right after I retired.
Yeah. So
because I think this is the bottle I bought for you is where this sample came from.
That may be the case.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look and see. I can't remember what year. I think it's a 2016 bottle.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a sour mash, and it's 101. It's 100.1 proof. But it's a secondary finished barrel product that comes out of Revelry Brewing.
Oops! So it's not bourbon.
Oh my god! But it's a straight bourbon whiskey finished in Pinot Noir barrels and then used to age wild farmhouse ale. So whatever Revelry, I can't even say Revelry. Revelry Brewing had a wild farmhouse ale.
Okay.
So they used those barrels, which was a Pinot Noir barrel, to finish this in. And I have three. I've had 3 bottles. So I'm on my second bottle now, and I still have one unopened bottle.
So, is that what you're drinking right now?
That is what I am drinking right now. Yes.
So, just based off that description, does it have like a sweeter taste to it?
So
maybe a little bit more of a floral nose, maybe.
Honestly, no. So it's got a dark chocolate, tobacco, and cherry flavor. On the nose, I don't know what it has on the nose. Maybe pour some more. That's on the taste. The taste of it is very much a dark chocolate, tobacco, and cherry. On the nose, you get a little bit of the dark chocolate and the you smell in your skin.
Yeah,
doing that
zeroing everything out.
That skin smelly thing. On the nose, you should get some dark chocolate, vanilla, and dark fruit, but I wouldn't pinpoint it down to like a dark cherry. But on the taste,
I definitely, now that you told me, I wouldn't have said, "Oh, that smells like wine" to me. But I can, now that I know what it is,
you can get that Pinot.
I could definitely pick up the Pinot.
Yeah, this is by far one of my favorites. Like it retailed for
It wasn't horribly expensive.
It was like $85 for a bottle, and I've paid up to $110 for a bottle.
I don't even know if it was that much when I bought it for you.
And then, no, it probably wasn't, but...
I just remember the bottle was dusty.
Oh, yeah.
Because, nobody... And it was, in this really, out-of-the-way liquor store. I just happened to drive past it when I was going somewhere else. No, actually, I was getting gas. And I saw that there was a liquor store next to the gas station, so I just went in there. And I was like, "Where's your Virgil Kaine at?" And she pointed me in the right direction. Because this is the fourth or fifth liquor store I'd been to at that point. Because I only had one day to go do all this shit for you. I drove into South Carolina. Went to a couple of places, that Frugal McDougal's or something like that.
Frugal McDougal's. I need to open a store.
It's called something like that.
I need to open a store now called Frugal McDougal's. But, I don't know what I'm going to sell, but it'll be Frugal McDougal as hell.
But, and I just wound up going into this, out of the way. I mean, it was a decent sized liquor store, but just kind of out of the way. I wasn't really expecting anything, but I was just like, well, hell, I'm here. I might as well check it out. And then there it was. And I was like, oh shit. But it was the other one that I couldn't find. It was one other one you were asking me to look for that just
the ginger
was not to be found. No.
Or the Ash Cat.
It was a rare one. Yeah, that Ash Cat.
Ash Cat. Yeah, I've got so many friggin' bottles of Ash Cat now I don't know what to do with it. Other than drink it. So, and this is stated as a 9-year, and Cask Cartel actually has it for $200 a bottle right now. But I'm trying to find the year. The year it was released. So what do you think about that?
It's a little hot, but it tapers off quickly.
So it's at least a 2018. So this is a 2018. So I was way off. All right. There we go. So it was released in 2018. So I've got their 2000.
I get the cherries on the tail end.
Yeah, and you should catch a little bit of... I get dark chocolate and some tobacco. I found, as I was trying to look up the year it was released, I was getting caramel and tamarack and other floral things, which I don't get any of that. But the chocolate, the cherry, and the tobacco is what I get big time. But Virgil Kaine's always been one of my favorites. I think I've known about them for 2016.
I had never heard of them until I met you, and I'm glad you told me about it because I like what they offer. It's like a consistent.
Yeah.
Nothing I've ever had from them is I've been like, oh shit, I'm just gonna mix that with Coke.
No, they're everything they do. So their ginger, their robber baron, their high rye. Those are their basic staples. That stuff's it's consistent. It's always good. It's always readily available across the board outside of Ohio. But the Electric Owl, the Ash Cat, what are the other two? There's two others, and I can't think of them. Ribbon Rail Rye and fuck. There's another limited run. Because I've got bottles, I think I have bottles of all
one of everything except for obviously the Electric Owl and I think the Ash Cat.
I can fix that Ash Cat one for you.
Okay, I'll have to look in the basement because I know you. I tasked you with hustling some Virgil Kaine for me the last time you went.
So I've got all that.
But I think the ginger, for those of you that have never had it, it's I hate to mix good bourbons in a cocktail, but that ginger deserves to be paired in a Manhattan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Manhattan or an old fashioned. I always make an old fashioned with the ginger. And then I use
the man fashion.
Yeah, the man fashion. I always use I've actually stopped using both bitters with it, and found that just using the orange bitters it makes it so much better. It's one of those ones that Randy will sit and drink it straight on the rocks. And
I've drank it straight. I have to put some ice in it though, just to kind of water it down a little bit.
And that's what,
because for me it's a bit much because I don't like super sweet things. But yeah,
and that's where I'm at. I don't like super, like, it's almost, it can get sickly sweet to me. Like, it's just overly sweet. But that's what Randy likes. Like, he likes just sugary, sweet, and so I found that if I just do, when I'm making an old fashioned with it, if I just use the orange bitters instead of using your basic whatever bitters,
regular bitters,
yeah, whatever it is. If I just use, because I was using both, and
interesting. I feel like that would kind of like kick it down a lot.
It was weird because it was taking it was really good. Like, I made like several fashions that were absolutely amazing. But then after I stopped using just the basic bitters and just started using only the orange bitters, and then I haven't been grating the orange zest into it anymore.
Okay.
I've just, using a clementine and just squeezing the juice into it and then straining it all out.
Are you using a zester and like using the skin of the orange?
Yeah. That's what I was doing. I went out and bought a zester seriously
for that,
making old fashions. But I haven't been doing it recently, and they're a little better than they were. Like, it was kind of nice to have some of the zest that strained through when I was straining it out into the drink, but I don't think it was really adding anything to it. I think it was just there. So
just for flavor.
Yeah,
or just what the recipe said.
Just with it was my recipe. I mean, it.
Oh, okay.
It was the one. It's the one that I made up, as far as the adding the orange zest into it and scraping that in and making the.
But that makes sense because, like, traditionally you take the peel and you burn it.
Yeah, you burn the peel and drop it in and let it sit. Yeah. So I just did it a little different, and it actually was taking away from it, in my opinion. But maybe that's just COVID talking, because my taste buds have actually my taste buds have actually changed since I had COVID and I lost my sense of taste. So it's been really weird. Like, we were drinking O2 at the gym yesterday, and I haven't had like an O2, like a mango, the grapefruit. Is it? Yeah, the ginger grapefruit. I haven't had one of those since COVID, and it had like a garlicky taste to me.
Interesting.
It was really strange. So maybe just the old fashions that I'm making now, maybe it's just a change in taste bud and flavor since my diagnosis.
Is this why you don't ever want me to buy you alcohol whenever I'm sending you guys courtesy text messages?
No. That's. I'm glad you brought that up. I think about that occasionally. I'm like, so it's not you.
Because the other day, like I guess obviously a lot of your listeners don't know who I am, even though I'm referenced in every show. Yeah.
Mo has been around since literally the beginning and helped actually kick this podcast off. It is his fault this exists.
I guess so. I am partially to blame because I think I didn't tell you to start a podcast, and here we are 3 years later.
Right.
But my oldest son, he teaches high school, and he also coaches football in Indiana. And one of my other sons goes to college in Indiana, and I have a daughter who's a senior in high school. So I spend a lot of time out there, and it's not very far to the border from where I'm at, like 45 minutes with traffic. And there's this one really good liquor store. Shout out Papa Joe's.
Papa Joe's.
We need a sponsorship. They have a really their barrel picks, I think, are really good. I've not purchased a barrel pick from them that has not been good. You get some, and it's just like way overhyped. But
yeah, like the Bourbon Hunter's barrel pick, I think it was way overhyped.
That thing was. I stripped I cleaned a diesel. I cleaned the battery off my 250 with that stuff, man.
Oh, I would have too. Holy shit, 127 proof.
Cleaned the carburetor on my Ducati with it.
You clean everything with it.
But yeah, they just really solid barrel picks, and their prices are. I think they do state pricing in Indiana.
Their prices are reasonable. Sure. I mean,
yeah, but their prices, if they're not, their prices are reasonable.
Yeah,
and a lot of times I can find stuff over there that we don't get here in Ohio, even though, like I said, it's 30 miles away. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But then I've since found a smaller liquor store. I think it's called the Pit Stop.
I have
or something, and they tend to have, and they tend to have some really high end stuff that no one buys. But the owner has like several liquor stores, so he'll put like one or two of his high end picks in this other smaller store. And it's funny because like I don't go there very frequently, but whenever I go in there, the guys that work there are like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Because I'm the only one that goes in there looking for the high end shit.
Like, hey, what do you got over there? How much is that? Give me that Blanton's Gold.
Yeah, and the last time I went in there, the dude was like, "Hey, yo, we got something here, man. We got this muckety muck. I know you were asking about it." I was like, "Oh shit, thanks, dude."
He's like, "Hey, I remember you."
Yeah, which I haven't cracked open yet, but maybe we'll crack that open when you come over. That muckety muck's an interesting concept. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
I'm not. So, but I will say so because you asked. Usually, when someone sends me a text, it's not you. I usually just turn them down because. One, so there's three factors. There's one, I am like a super cheap ass about stuff. So, two, I don't want to be beholden to somebody to have to pay them back on something.
Oh, you can work it off.
I'm sure I could. I'll come over in my booty shorts and I'll figure it out.
In your
in my unicorn outfit,
party pants.
In my party pants. And three, I just like some people don't see that often, and some people I never see again that have sent me texts. And you're one that I try to see as often as I can, but I just kind of.
I mean, shit. Even if I buy it, I'll drive it out there to you.
Well, I know,
so we
but
can go to what is it, Gaucho or not Gaucho's? What's the taco joint?
We got habaneros. We got gauchos.
Habaneros, yeah.
We got Los Tequila. Something like that. I can't remember what the name is. It's now a new place down here.
That food truck that we ate at Outer Belt was pretty good. The pizza, the flatbread truck.
Oh, fire brick oven pizza, fire oven.
Yeah,
pizza.
That was the day I thought I lost my wallet and your house almost burnt down.
Yeah. That we still talk about that. But I can bring those shorts right there.
Did you have that picture on Facebook?
Yeah, that picture. This picture hangs in my office, like right behind me.
Nice.
It was hanging behind Liz for a while, and she would get on conference calls.
Oh, that's amazing.
And so, for those that don't know, it's me in a pair of bedazzled booty shorts, in pink knee-high socks with a pink T-shirt on, a motorcycle jacket, and a unicorn head.
Bent over.
And I'm bent over, and you can
with
almost
his moneymaker.
See the crack on my ass. It's my favorite picture. I still have those shorts, too.
That should be your Christmas card.
Liz hates that photo. And
I'm sure she does.
I would love to make that I would make that an everyday card. Just randomly send it out to people.
Yeah.
Just like, hope you're having a great day.
What is it? Felt? That's the one you can do the online postcard. Just randomly have it scheduled to send to random people throughout the year.
I might have to do that.
Because I actually use that for whenever I DJ weddings. I send all my clients a Christmas card, and as soon as I'm done with their wedding, I'll just go into Felt and schedule the delivery for Christmas, so I don't have to worry about it.
You're giving me way too many ideas at this point.
It's actually pretty good. The only thing that sucks is like it's only app based. You can't do it on the web, so it's a little irritating at times. I get really frustrated with it, but I've learned to come to grips with that.
Yeah, I don't mind the app based stuff, but everything like Instagram, for instance, they are solely app based. They're starting to release like desktop versions, but they have yet to release an iPad version of Instagram.
You're right.
I use my iPad more now than I use my phone, and I don't have a laptop at this point that I can use, which I'm still shopping for. So shopping for a PC is a pain in the ass. But the version they have of Instagram is not an iPad it's not an iPad version.
It's not designed for iPad. It's designed for the iPhone, and it just stretches it.
Yeah. You have to hit like a little arrow, and it'll stretch it. Well, now, I don't know if you've updated your phone yet, but on iOS 14 on the iPad, Instagram wouldn't rotate. It was locked to one position.
Oh, really?
When I upgraded to iOS 15, it rotates now. So you can have it in landscape mode and be able to still read. And then I just read the other day that I think with the 2022 iPad, when it comes out next year, they're forcing landscape mode. So they're actually going to change. They're rotating the Apple on the back of the iPad so that the default position will be landscape
and not portrait.
Yeah. Which would make sense.
Fuck some people's worlds up.
It is, but I mean, if you look at the Magic Keyboard, it sits in landscape mode. If you look at all the other keyboards, they're all landscape mode. So,
well, and I have an iPad, but I got that thing. I mean, hell, it's maybe 4 or 5 years old, and I use it like when I travel to like watch TV or watch shows, and I use it as a hotspot when I DJ. So that's really my only application of it. Not really for any particular reason. I did have it. Honestly, the reason I bought it was when I was coaching, because I used to use Coach's Eye on it, and track my athletes' movements, and then I would put my notes in there. So it was like kind of I used it more of a tool. I never bought it just to have because I wanted an iPad. I was using it as an instrument. So now I only really use it like when I'm working in competitions, as an event manager and stuff like that to keep track of stuff like that, and when I DJ. But I got my wife, she just wanted one because she's not really big on laptops.
Yeah.
Or computers for that matter. So she kind of figured that would be a good compromise. So she got the iPad Pro, the 12-inch one.
Yeah, she got the 12-inch
from last year.
She has. I thought she had the M1.
No, it was 2 years, maybe 2 years ago. It was a year ago. It was before the M1s.
Oh, okay.
It was, I think it's the second or third iPad Pro, not the M1, but it's, and she got the $300 keyboard with it and the pencil and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end, it wound up costing as much as a laptop, but she says she just likes using it so much more because she likes to use the pen when she's like taking notes or when she's drawing sketches and stuff.
It is nice. I mean,
yeah. And she said just that flexibility to be able to go back and forth seamlessly. And then she bought a screen protector for it, but it's got like a texture to it.
Oh, so when she writes on it, or whatever that's
to give some resistance.
Screen protector called Paper-like, and it's supposed to give like a paper, like writing with a pen on paper feel.
Yeah. And I have a Remarkable, which is like all it's designed to do is just take notes. It's a single use thing. It's not an iPad or anything like that. And it's got the protection on it, or the screen on it. It's got that resistance, and the actual little nubbies for the pencil are made from graphite, like the graphite that doesn't like obviously trace onto the screen.
Right.
But it's got that tactile feel to it. Like from a writing experience, I like that Remarkable. But from an overall functionality thing, I think that iPad is probably a good option for people that aren't completely sold on laptops or desktops.
See, I like having things for different things. Like, I like having a laptop to be a laptop. It's like my iPad's great, but I only use the Magic Keyboard when I'm sitting at my desk. So I don't fold it up and take it downstairs with me. I have another case, so I take it off the Magic Keyboard, throw it in this other case that folds around. Can do like it has that trifold lip on it, bullshit. So it'll fold around.
That thing's pretty robust too.
The keyboard, yeah.
But
I don't use it that often. Like it sits on my desk, it's plugged in, and I mean I'm using it now, but I only use it like throughout the week when I'm working. Because I'll have like Spotify playing, or I'll have a video playing down here, and then I've got my dual monitor set up for work. And then if I have another laptop, or if I'm editing a show on Liz's old laptop, which honest to God takes fucking forever, that sits on like a laptop stand, a riser. So I've got like 8 screens on my desk simultaneously. It's actually
you're not getting cancer at all.
No, not in any way. I might get canceled, but I'm not getting cancer. So I have good news though. I have real good news. I sent you a message and said that I think my camera might be dead. In general, and I ordered new batteries for it, so the battery is dead. The battery is completely fucked.
The old one?
The original battery. So I've got
Well, shit, how long has it been sitting in there?
Well, I don't leave my battery in the camera.
I mean, but after a while, it's just
going to die. I mean, I probably haven't picked this camera up in 2 years and used it, and actually used it.
Uh-huh.
So it'll be nice to kind of get this thing out. And Lexi actually has shown an interest in photography. She said that she wants to start doing some stuff. So I was going to try to get this thing working for her again, and I was afraid that it wasn't going to work, but now it's working. We just need to get those passes.
Yeah, I'll follow up on that. What lenses do you have for that?
So I've got a 28-135 millimeter ultrasonic autofocus.
What's this f-stop?
With stabilizer.
Sorry for those listening, because now we're talking nerd stuff, but what's the f-stop?
It is 1 to 3.5, 5.6 IS.
Okay.
It doesn't give me the f-stop, but
well,
you know what? So the weird thing is I did photography in school, and I didn't understand f-stop then. I still don't understand f-stop now.
It's basically the lower the number, the less light you need.
Well, see, I always looked at the aperture for that, because I always did aperture control manual functions.
Okay.
Instead of shooting I'd either shoot in like a sport mode. I never really used auto mode, but the manual mode I would do aperture control mode instead of f-stop mode.
Well, I mean, f-stop is the aperture.
No, those are two different things.
There's ISO. There's ISO, aperture, and shutter speed.
Well, keep in mind I'm a moron,
the triangle.
So I don't have a triangle. There's so many different modes on this thing. There's like sport mode, macro mode, landscape mode, portrait mode, auto. There's P, which I can't remember what P stands for. There's TV. There's AV, portrait, which is aperture. There's full manual. There's ADEP, and then there's 3 custom settings. So I always used AV, which is aperture.
Mm-hmm.
Now I wish that this is the year. So I think I have the EOS 40D, and I think the 50D came out with video. It was either the 50 or the 60. Like one of the next two had video in it.
Mm-hmm.
My other lens, which is from my film camera, which is why I ended up going with Canon, is the 3580, and it's a 1:4 at 5.6, and it's the 52.
Yeah, that'll be fine because we'll be doing everything during the daytime. So
yeah, I love this lens. Like, this is my favorite lens.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the one that I used in film photography class.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually ended up winning an award.
A major award?
Yeah. Kinda. I mean, I was a runner-up in printed. So I am a printed photographer. Like, you can.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you can actually look me up, but I am a printed photographer in a book.
Oh.
And it's a picture.
What kind of book?
A photography contest book.
Oh, okay.
I can show you the book at some point. But there's a picture of a praying mantis that I took with this lens on some Keller film. And then I also had for a long time, it was in a black and white so this is my favorite. I took a photography class. I took a black and white photography class.
Mm-hmm.
I took a photo of a wheel, like a rim, when I worked at Columbus Car Audio. And that photo was taken with a really not so great digital camera.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in Keller, but in a class, like, I walked into this classroom, and I don't know how the teacher even got his hands on the photo, but there were pictures all around this classroom of all these black and white photos. And I walked over, and I'm like, that's my photo. And he's like, what?
Where's my money?
He's like, I said, that's my photo. I said, how did you get that photo? I said, that is legitimately my photo. And he's like, no, he's like, bullshit, it's not. He's like, we know all the photos for all the everybody that took photos here. We know who they are. And I said, yeah. I said, you don't have a name under this one. I said, that's mine. I said, and that's not even a black and white photo.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, he goes, absolutely, it's a black and white photo. He's like, look at it. He goes, whoever did this, he's like, they did a great job for composition. They did a great job in, with the development of it. And I'm like, that was done on a digital camera. I said, and it's literally in color. And he's like, no. He like argued with me. So I grabbed my laptop out of my bag because I had all my photography stuff on there. I said, that's in color. I said, look. And I just pointed like this one little speck of glitter in the, like on the bottom right-hand side. One
specific detail. Yeah.
One little detail, and it was yellow.
Yeah.
It was like this gold yellow. And I said, this isn't black and white. And I opened my laptop up and I showed him, I pulled up the photo. I said, it was taken with this piece of shit Nokia camera. And he's like, oh my God. He's like,
somebody submitted that for a grade or something?
No, he's like, I said, where did you find this? He's like, he goes, like, people bring us stuff. He's like, it wasn't like that someone like tried to submit it. He's like, people bring us these, great photos. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I would consider that great. I said, I was walking around in our storeroom at Columbus Car Audio, and I took a picture. Like, there's no composition to this. I said, that camera is in full auto mode.
That camera's a piece of shit.
I said, that camera's just a piece of junk Nikon camera. I said, I'll bring it to the next class. I said, it's not a great camera. And he's like, but everything's perfect on it. He's like, composition's perfect, the balance is perfect, everything is.
Well, I can't help it if I have mad skills.
I just looked at him. He's like, I expect great things from you in this class. I'm like, prepare to be disappointed. I said, because I don't know what to tell you. I said, this is a fluke of nature. I said, this is just a one-off, like, grabbed a photo.
This is a test shot.
Yeah, it was like me just fucking around.
That's funny.
But that's what kind of started a lot of the photography stuff that I was doing, or that I had been doing for a while. But I still have that piece of shit Nikon camera. And actually, I have a whole camera collection. I have what is it? I can't think of what it is. It's the accordion kind. So like you open it up and the lens accordion's out.
Like a pinhole type.
Kinda, yeah.
You adjust the accordion for the depth.
It's a newer age version of that from like the 40s or 50s.
Oh, nice.
I have like this whole camera collection that I got.
Should make your daughter learn on that one.
I had thought about making her learn.
If she can learn on that, she can do anything, dude.
I might. I don't even know if it actually functions, to be honest. The sun's coming into the window.
Yeah, as long as the shutter works, it's fine.
Well, I'll have to get it out and check. Like, I have all of my like grandfather's like his slide projector. I have that, and then I have all of his slides. I have 8mm nudie videos.
Of your grandfather, that's
not of my
dude.
grandfather. No, I have. He kept a brown paper bag, like like you know how we're passing this brown paper bag across the table type of bullshit. He had a brown paper bag, and it's got 8mm smut in it. It's not even porn. It's just smut. It's just
plain old smut.
It's just smut. It's just women running around in like some stockings and a brassiere.
Dude, you could probably get some big money for that, man.
I might be able to. I need to look into that, like vintage porn.
Yeah, trade it in for some Bitcoin.
Oh fuck! I'll take some Bitcoin. I'll take some Cardano. I'll take some Ohm. I'll take whatever they're willing to dish out. I'll take it. I will take it. I need to buy some more too. Speaking of,
it's all on sale.
Well, I'm kind of. This sounds bad, but I really want the crypto market to take a crash.
Well, I mean, it's about due. It's been hot for quite a while now.
Well, I'm talking like last January. So, like the big one that I'm focused on right now is ADA. It's Cardano.
Mm-hmm.
Cardano is in like the top 10 at this point. It's up there with Bitcoin and Ethereum. And it's sitting at $2.26 right now. But January of last year, it dropped to 10 cents a coin.
Oh, jeez.
And my dumb ass, I don't remember it ever dropping that low.
Yeah.
But, like, I want it to go down there now. Like, I want it to drop now. Because I will cash in whatever I have in
everything.
Bitcoin. I'll just cash in Bitcoin. I'll cash in my BitTorrent and a couple
girls'
others.
College money.
Yeah, their college fund, the CDs and IRAs and my Roths.
IRAs, yep.
And I'll buy whatever I can get. I already told Liz, I'm like, if this, I said, we're getting ready to enter crypto winter. I said, if this drops back down to 10 cents, I said, be prepared to give me $1,500. And she's like, what?
That's not even, I mean, speaking, I mean, from the crypto space, like that's not really a lot of money either to dump on something.
Well, it's not.
That could 10x that could 10x in a year.
Well, in a year, shit. I mean, it rebound. Let me look here. So
what, it took like 6 months, if that.
So when it was down, come on, work for me, please. I need to try to zoom out here. So when it was down in, because we're looking at, it was down to $1. It was $1 in March, and I know in January it was in 10 cents.
Yeah, so it's even doubled since March.
So it's doubled since March, and it's at $2 now, almost $3. Well, it was almost $3 earlier this year.
It's like $2.80 or something, right?
Yeah, it got up to almost $3 for something. If I could take $1,500, buy however many I could get it at 10 cents, and then turn around a month later and get the $1,500 back, plus some,
yeah,
and then let it sit because,
like, hey, babe, here's your money back.
Here's your money back, and then let it. This is, I'm as foolish as it may be, where some people think it is. This is what I'm doing for my retirement. Like I have my 401k. It's garbage. 401k is bullshit. Like I have a Roth account. So when I quit Nationwide, almost 10 years ago, 9 years ago, it'll be 9 years ago this year. I left Nationwide. I left a pension.
You went to Abercrombie and Finch.
I wish. I tried. I went to.
Who was who'd you work for? Which clothing company?
Oh, yeah, I used to work for A&F.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was A&F that I used to work for. And now that I moved on to, I left Nationwide to go to. And I think that's probably the first time I've mentioned who I worked for on this show. My mistake. But I left a pension. I left a pretty decent parking spot. Yeah.
Did you have keys to the bathroom?
I had keys to the bathroom on the floor that was closed under construction.
Did the job just suck?
No, it wasn't the job, it was the manager. It was legitimately the boss that sucked.
And he was one of those people that just wasn't going to go anywhere? He was always going to be there?
He was there for 25 years, and he's still there today. I mean,
oh, jeez.
He's there.
He's got his heels dug in.
Yeah, it wasn't the, like, I will say, like, on the outside, he's a super nice guy. Like, when my dad passed away, he literally drove from Columbus to Toronto, which is a 3-hour drive, to come to my dad's funeral. Like, no one else that I work for from the company showed up. Like, he drove, like, on the outside, he was a super nice guy, like, super thoughtful. But as far as work went, he was savage as fuck about stuff. Like, you would have an idea about how to do something. He would blow that idea off and then come up with that idea 6 months later and claim it as his.
He was the idea fairy?
He was just ideas, mentions, like, you got credit for nothing. Like, he legitimately took all the credit for everything.
That 1,000-mile rule.
Yeah, it was bullshit, and I was just like, I couldn't take it anymore.
Was he in the military?
No.
At one point?
No,
that sounds like something that military folks do.
He was just a super eccentric gay man that stole your ideas. Like, that was his thing. Like, it was just he was really eccentric about stuff. Like, you know, I drove, at that point, I was driving a Volkswagen. He drove a Mercedes. and he was like, well, I drive a Mercedes. And you're like, well, I fucking drive a Volkswagen. They're both German. He's like, but the Mercedes is better. And you need to go do this. And I'm like, oh, I don't fucking want to do that. But then, like, if I told him that I was going down to, because Liz and I used to frequent going down to Club Axis, which is a gay club that had drag shows all the time. We would go down to drag shows, and he's like, oh, you went to that filth? I'm like, what do you mean you all went to that filth? I said,
well, your mom was there.
I'm like, but you were at Wall Street last week, which is another gay club that does a bunch of drag shows. He's like, but it's Wall Street. It's not Access.
Oh.
Ugh. And you're just like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. And he always had to hear about his boat. He had some like Sea Ray fucking boat that he was always up at Lake Erie on. And actually the day that I quit, he was on his boat. No one can get a hold of him when I quit. And I actually put off quitting for 2 weeks.
Like, until he was gone?
No. I was trying to, like, he was gone legitimately for like a month. Like, no one knew where the hell he was. Like, he would just take off and go on these week excursions. And then come Monday, he would show up Monday, and then you'd see him in the morning, and then he was gone the rest of the day. And then all of a sudden, he's out the rest of the week. Like, where the fuck
is he doing shit?
He's busy. He's busy on his boat. So it was just like, it was this whole thing, and finally I'm just like, I pulled his boss into the office, and I'm like, I'm leaving the company. She's like, oh my God. She goes, don't tell me you're leaving the company. I'm like, I just did. And she was like, we got to get CM on the phone. We got to get CM on the phone. And I'm like,
he's the reason I'm leaving.
I said, but honest to God, I said, he's kind of the reason I'm leaving. I said, and here's what I don't want to happen. I said, my coworker, it was only 3 of us. I said, my coworker, Nikki, I said, she shouldn't be penalized for this. Like, she is leaving next week to go to another team. She shouldn't be penalized because I'm leaving. She should be able to still go to that team.
Oh, because he was just going to cling on to her to pick up.
The company would try to keep her in that position.
For continuity.
Yeah, to keep things going. And I'm like, somebody else can do this. I'm like, he can do this. Somebody else can do this. I said, it doesn't need to be her. She needs to move on from this as well. I said, this is just
a nutless monkey could do this job.
Yeah, I said, this is just shitty timing on my part.
On my part, but I just can't do it anymore.
I said, but I can't. I said, he hasn't been here for 2 weeks. I said, I just can't do his shit anymore. I said, and she goes, well, if we counter, will you stay? I said, not in this facility, not in this faculty, not in this, like,
not with this guy around.
Not what I'm doing today. I said, it's going to have to be something different. I said, and I will not work for that bitch either. And I named a name. And she's like, oh. I said, so if you can come in like, another 20 grand more than this, yeah, I'll stay. She's like, we can't do that. I'm like,
well, I'm out.
I said, then I got to go.
Yeah. And
it was probably one of the best things I've done, but I have tried, and I've been open with my boss about it, so I don't care. I did tell my boss, like, Nationwide called me. They offered me a position.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, are you taking it? I'm like, no, I'm not. He's like, what are the reasons you're not taking it? He goes, it sounds like I don't know what the pay was. Like, we didn't get into that. They just offered me a position.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, they're back in the office. I said, right now, that's a deal breaker for me. He's like, that's it? That's all it takes? He's like, you just working from home? I'm like, oh, yeah. I said, right now, just working from home. I said, that's all.
That's a lot. That means a lot to some people.
I said, I used to hate it. I said, but now, I said, for doing it for the past, like, year and a half, almost 2 years, I said, I like the ability to just kind of, if I want to go to the gym in the middle of the day, let's go to the gym in the middle of the day.
I can.
I said, if I want to, run out and do a 2-hour lunch, I can run out and do a 2-hour lunch. I said, I have my phone on me. If anybody needs to get a hold of me, I said, I can still answer emails. I can still answer questions. Mm-hmm. I'm technically working.
Yeah, I was worried I wasn't going to be able to do it when I first left the military, but I'm over that now.
Yeah, it's weird going from, like, and you were in a completely different position than I'm in. Like, I was working from home maybe once a week,
mm-hmm.
whereas you were always at base.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like working from home once a week because it was I was working from home once a week. Like it was
just enough to crush your spirits.
Yeah, it was enough to make me happy enough to be at home, but then no, the next day I had to go back to the office.
I had to go back.
Whereas now it's like I know I'm not going back to the office. Like it's that thing, but you know, and I don't know if you had that ability to just well today I'm gonna talk to my people through the phone and make sure they're doing the shit that they need to do, but I'm just going to work from home today. I don't know if you had that ability or not. I know my sister.
Oh, in the military?
Yeah.
Oh, no, because everybody wants you to be there every damn day to sit there and go to meetings that are meetings that could have been emails.
Oh, see, I do that every morning. That is my morning every day from 7:30 till noon.
But you're at least able to do it from home.
But now I can do it from home. Before I would have to go sit in a room with these people.
Yeah.
With all these fuckheads. I may have to go in and edit out the name of my company.
Maybe a good idea.
Timestamp. We're almost at 2 hours. Holy shit! We're pulling a Joe Rogan here.
Yeah.
But now I may have to go in and I'm going to go in and edit the name of the company out. But yeah, like, and I don't want to get into like all the bullshit that I deal with here, but I deal with a lot of bullshit as far as
bullshit goes.
As far as bullshit goes, like stupidity. I just like I have people that will send me messages and they'll ask a question and answer the question in the question. Like, hey, we need to know what the name of the next button is. And
I'm gonna take a wild ass guess and say,
well, the best part, they'll send a screenshot. Button? They'll send a screenshot with the name of the button in it, and I'm like, I mean, it's kind of the next button. Like, it's legitimately next button. That's the name of the. That's what you're looking for.
Not previous button. Next button.
Well, they want to know what the previous button name was too. I just used next button as my only example, but it was
They're probably just doing that so they can stall and have more time to go play some bocce ball out back or something.
You know what? We're not even going to get into the stalling part, Mo.
I knew that would flare. That would chap your cheeks.
We're not even.
So tell us, Martelle, what chaps your cheeks?
I don't know.
You haven't done one of those in a long time.
Oh, I did it last week. It was a lot of fuck yous in there.
The whole episode was what chaps my cheeks.
It was 27 minutes of fuck them, fuck you, and fuck them.
I think that kicked off like about 3 minutes in. I just started cracking.
Oh, it was immediate.
It's gonna be one of those.
It was welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I'm Martelle. He's Randy, and fuck you. And it was just the whole thing. Like I love this country I live in, but I cannot wait to move to the Caribbean. I think regardless of what country I lived in, I wouldn't mind living in the Caribbean, you know? Well, right.
Or something equivalent.
Like, I will gladly be an expat living in the Caribbean, you know, Aruba.
And you could have bought that banana farm, man. Speaking of banana farms.
Don't even bring that shit up.
No, I hear the next big, after this bourbon stuff cools off, I hear rum's going to be the next, big thing. Because it was vodka for a while. And then the bourbon came. I hear it's rum next.
I can taste the difference between this gray goose, and Tito's. Like, motherfucker, you can't taste the difference between those.
All I know is, like, I know what bad vodka tastes like.
Yeah. And it...
You know, but I know if I don't like it. That's pretty much all I can do with vodka. But my sister, she really likes cheap vodka, but I refuse to buy her cheap vodka.
So...
Because, I mean, I know that, like... Because she'll buy, like, the plastic handle, like Popov or whatever.
Ugh.
Yeah,
see,
but,
I was like,
no, I'm at least going to get you some... What's the... Is it Belvedere?
Well, Belvedere, Tito's. I mean, Tito's is...
When I was drinking vodka more frequently, that was my go-to, was Tito's. Because it was made it was when I was in Texas, so it was literally made, allegedly made down the street.
Like, I've never been a big vodka fan. Like, I like tequila.
I don't drink it straight. I mix it. But there are people out there, like Trina, Dude's wife.
Yeah.
She just drinks it with ice. I was like, I can't do that.
Because she's a Russian, she's a Russian spy, and she's
fucking... Well, you know what? Now that you say that, I could believe that. Because she does look like she could, like, all of a sudden she's going to pull her hair and she's going to have red hair and, like Black Widow.
Yeah, and then she's going to start speaking Russian and have a fucking accent.
I could totally see that because she does have that, like, northern Russian kind of look to her.
And I mean, I've talked to Trina a couple times, but she mean mugged the fuck out of me the one day I came over to Dudes and she was working out in the garage. Like, she was going to straight up, like, wrap her legs around my neck, break my neck.
Do a cartwheel and break your neck.
Yeah, bullshit cartwheel flippy thing, and I was just like, holy shit, she's going to kill me. But no, she's just a Russian spy. That's all that is. I mean, it's
now that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I mean, they don't want anybody to know that, but I don't even think Dude knows that she's a Russian spy. Like, he's not even in on it. Like, it's like the show American.
That's how deep undercover she is.
Yeah. There used to be a show called The Americans, and they
I remember that. I watched the first season. I was like, man, this is pretty.
Yeah, I think I watched the first show, and I'm like, I can't watch this. This is too, like, this is IRL. This is in real life. This is going on right now.
I think I watched the first season because they get to the very last episode is when the kids walk in. That I watched, like the kids walk in and they hear them speaking Russian and they're talking into their like little communicator thing.
Yeah, and they're like,
and they just sort of look at him. Yeah, and then that was the end of the episode.
So that's Katrina right there. She's doing that shit, and Dude doesn't even realize it.
But she did a really bad job of picking an American name. I mean, Trina.
I mean,
come on, Katrina.
Yeah, Katrina. Jesus. So
do better.
But yeah. I mean, so vodka sucks. I just never was a vodka fan. But like tequilas, there's one called it's called Hornitos.
Okay. Hornitos is okay.
And I call it Hornitos because it's easier to remember as Hornitos. But
Herradura, that's horrible.
Yeah, no, that's bad. And then there was another one back in the day. Like, it had a little red sombrero as a cap, and it had a guy on a Mustang, like a bucking Mustang.
It was in a plastic bottle. It sounds like it was in a plastic bottle.
No, it was in a glass bottle. They didn't do plastic bottles back in the 90s, in the 80s and 90s. That's actually a relatively new thing. But it had a little plastic red sombrero on the top of it. And I can't remember the name of it. But that shit was
remember
awful.
Seeing them, but I do not know what it was called.
I don't either. That shit was awful. But I like Hornitos. Yeah. Hornitos makes a really good margarita.
Agreed. Because they make a mix too that's really good.
Oh, do they? I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's somebody that makes one that they use actual cane sugar in their mix, and it's really good. I think there's a bottle on my shelf, but I don't feel like getting up and looking.
I made my own mix, and I used like frozen limeade, like that comes in the old school like 80s can.
Mm-hmm. The concentrate.
Yeah, the concentrate shit. Use that, Hornitos, half a lime, or basically a lime wedge. I just used more lime than I should have.
Oh, is that the one you made on the show?
Yeah. And it was, holy shit, amazing.
Yeah, that sounded tasty.
It was amazing. Well, now I'm trying to find, I'm going to end up doing another recipe. I want to do a pineapple chili margarita. So I'm looking for that recipe. But today, so you had asked me what we were drinking today, and I'm like, well, I just polished off, a bottle of Weller Special Reserve with some cider and a slushie. So go get some cider.
Yeah, I needed you to. I didn't respond because I needed you to explain that to me.
So go get some cider. Just apple cider. Okay. It's good stuff. Brown sugar.
Well, is the intention to make me shit my pants?
No. I mean, that's what cider does.
I'm just asking for reference.
That's what cider does. But, of course, I didn't measure anything, but I'll give you my measurements. So, I put 3 cups.
It's measured in Martels.
It's measured in Martels, yeah. The whole thing is a Martel. So, it's in the blender, I put in 3 cups of apple cider. I did a skosh of vanilla extract, so just poured some vanilla extract in there. Took like two, maybe 3 heaping spoonfuls of brown sugar. You're supposed to pack brown sugar, by the way. Whenever you measure it, you're supposed to like kind of pack it in and then dump it in. No, just take 2 or 3 heaping spoonfuls of brown sugar and throw that in there. And and then whatever whiskey you want to throw in, as much as you want to put in as far as whiskey goes. I didn't measure that. I had about
couple of glugs.
It was probably like
right?
two chugs of Weller Special Reserve, so about 4 fingers. And I just dumped the rest of the bottle.
That's the red label?
That's green label.
Green label, okay.
Special Reserve.
Antique is the red.
Antique is Antique 107 is the red label. So I had about, enough of that I could have had 2 glasses of Weller. Dumped the rest of it in, blended it up. Well, hold on. Step back. I took about 2 glasses out. About 6 ounces. I took about 12 ounces of that out because that's what the girls got. So they got the cider slushies, and then I put in the 4 fingers of Weller and blended
the 4 fingers of death.
Yeah, and then blended it again. And Liz was even she was like, "This is good." She goes, "I don't like whiskey." She goes, "This is good."
What does Liz drink?
She is like a White Claw person. White Claws and wine.
Okay.
She likes. So she'll do.
Oh yeah, because you got that. You have that wine subscription.
Yeah, we have a wine subscription to Cooper's Hawk, but she'll do. Wrong way. My desk is moving. So she'll do beer occasionally, but we think she has some sort of gluten intolerance or something going on, like celiacs or I don't know, whatever disease, and so she'll. Maybe 1 or 2 beers, and then she's done. She's like, her stomach gets upset. But like White Claws don't bother her at all. Wine doesn't bother her at all. So she'll do White Claws and wine. I'll drink vodka, rum, gin, whiskey, beer, White Claw, kombucha,
alcohol.
Rubbing alcohol. It's all good. So it's all fine.
I think when it comes down to it, there's really no alcohol I don't drink. There's won't drink. I don't drink like excessive amounts of alcohol anymore because I got a lot of mileage on my liver.
Right.
But yeah, like there's some people like, I won't drink scotch or I won't drink bourbon or I won't drink whatever. Like, put it in front of me, I'll probably drink it.
I won't drink scotch. I know
because you said it tastes like Band-Aids.
Yeah, I haven't found a scotch that I like yet. I think that's the problem. I'm open to trying it.
I got some Caribbean cask stuff, Balvenie, that you'd probably like.
I think I tried that though. I think Randy got a bottle for some guy, and the guy never picked it up because Randy told him it wasn't good. And I think we tried it on the show.
Well, shit, I'll take it. It's delicious.
I think we tried it on the show, and it may not be the Caribbean cask, but we got some Balvenie.
Because there's different Balvenies. Yeah.
Well, we did get some Balvenie because I remember getting it. And it was probably like in our first year and a half.
I remember. I remember the story now.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Like it just was. I'm just like, this isn't like the.
I know it was probably just a regular one because the Caribbean cask, because you like rum.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. So you would like. I know you would like the Caribbean cask.
Well, so Jefferson Ocean did a Caribbean cask, and I wish I would have picked up the bottle when I saw it.
I did not know that.
And because I have an unopened bottle that Randy found for me when he was out, and just comes down to one of the things where like he saw this bottle, I'm like, okay, yeah, grab it for me. I regretted him grabbing it for me because I didn't want to pay him for it, and that's where my big thing comes from. I was like, I just don't want to pay somebody back. So like
it's okay to buy you bourbon if it's a gift.
No, not even then. Like when you send your text messages and you have like 800 photos in there of all these whiskeys, I'm like, God, I want every one of them. I just don't want to have to pay. I just don't want to pay Mo back for them. And so I'm just like, shit. Okay, So he found one. I'm like, all right, I really like the Angel's Envy Rye Caribbean cask. How much is it? I'm like, all right, just get it for me.
Yeah, the shit is it is not cheap.
It's not cheap,
but it's worth it.
And it's not hard to. It's hard to find. Like I haven't seen a Caribbean cask in forever. And the
one time I saw it, I bought it because I hadn't seen it, and I'm glad I did because it's very tasty.
Yeah, well, the one time I saw it, I bought it, but then Randy found it again, and I'm like, I was internally for 5 minutes. I'm like, do it? Okay. No, then finally
I get it.
I was like, you know what? Go ahead and get it. And typically I would give like a sample or extra cash but I'm like, I thought about it. I'm like, oh, fuck him. He sat here and drank all this goddamn whiskey at my house on this show. Fuck it. He can get whatever the value is of it and kiss my ass.
Love you, Randy. Oh yeah, Jason, shout out.
Yeah.
Who else? Guess we
got to do shout out to Mo for being on the show. And then we got Jason. We could actually call Jason and had him come on the show as well. But I'm gonna bring all my.
I don't even know if he's at home.
It doesn't matter
because
he'll answer.
I mean, but he's always working now.
When I call, Jason answers. It's a thing.
Okay.
We have that kind of that relationship. I call, he answers. We could have called Andrea and just got her on the phone. I don't know where the hell she's at either. I don't know where she's at. Because I thought she was traveling too. I don't know. But
I've been off the social medias, so
you're not missing anything except for posting stupid shit, semi-political bullshit that I post on my Instagram stories. So that way they only stay there for a day.
I never look at stories anyway. So you're right. I would not. I would have missed it.
Some of the stuff I put up is pretty funny. Some of the other stuff I put up is more COVID related, not more politically fueled. I put all my political bullshit on. Although I did, you know what? You need to go check the story because I asked who wants to try this with me. And you'll see the video of it. It's guys doing like these weird like backflippy things that two people of the same size could do. But Randy responds to me and goes, "I'm in," and I'm like, "Fuck you, you're out."
Is it like the cartwheel backflippy like?
It's here.
Hold on to each other upside down thing.
Here, can you?
Yes.
Shit, hold on. You can see that. No, everybody else can't see that. Here, I'll try that.
That was not artistic. That was athletic.
There we go.
I'm not coordinated enough to do something like that. I would probably, one of us would die if we did that.
Yeah. One of us, oh, no, totally. One of us would die if we did this. But that is, I'm like, who wants to do this with me? And Randy's fat ass goes, me.
Hey, what do you say? He is gravitationally challenged.
He is not, he is, yes. We're going to go with gravitationally challenged.
Now, I don't consider myself a small individual by any means, but the first time I physically met Randy, I was like, "Damn, you're a big son of a bitch, man."
He's always been a big boy, and he is. Well, he's got all the love in the world in that big ass body of his.
But like, I'm surprised like he never like pursued athletics with his sheer mass. I mean, he takes up a lot of real estate. He's a big dude. He is a big dude, and I consider myself a fairly big dude.
He should have taken up some sort of athletics because he is all about football. Like it's football season, whatever. I don't care. I like high school football more than I like college or NFL because I think the kids that are playing football for high school, they're there for the love of the game, not for the
well, yeah, because the salary caps are lower in high school.
Yeah, way lower. But he's, now that they have this, it's called the NIL. It's like it's so that college athletes can make money. That started in July.
The union where they basically, if they get paid for the use of their likeness.
Yeah, they get paid for the use of their likeness. But there's like an acronym. It's like NIL, and I can't remember exactly what it stands for. But then there's there's also a website called like Open Doors or something like that is a endorsement site for athletes to use to get promotions and to get endorsements.
Yeah.
So I just heard about all this today. And there's some hot volleyball player from Nebraska that's like, her name's like Lee Sun or something like that. I'm like, Jesus Christ. She is fucking amazing. Just looking
the only thing that I see as a bit of a challenge to that, and I'm okay with it with caveats, is that quarterback cannot go out there and play all 22 positions.
No.
On offense, he's got 10 other guys that are making him look good. And conversely, the defense and the special teams and all that stuff. So I don't feel that a single athlete, unless you're an individual athlete, I don't feel that a individual athlete should reap all those monetary rewards. I feel like there should be some sharing of that, because without a catcher, you're going to be a shitty pitcher.
Right. And I don't think they're taking. I don't. That's and I think that's.
I don't know how it works. I haven't really dug into it, but that's just like that's the only question I have is like, what about the people that are supporting this athlete?
They're not getting shit. I can tell you right now, they're not getting shit, because one dude, and I don't remember who he played for. It's quarterback, I think. He's already seen $1 million. He's getting a deal from Nike. He's in like some airline and somebody else. He's getting these deals already. No one else on his team is getting a part of that deal. Like,
yeah,
he's getting $1 million endorsement.
Yeah, and that's what I think is. It's a bad message.
It is. It should be, I don't, well, let's see. I don't know. But if Homeboy's going to get $1 million, so out of that $1 million, the other people on his team should be getting a percentage of that in some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Just take 20% off the top. And
the other 52 people on that football team should be getting some of that.
Yeah, like take 20 or 30% of that right off the top. Like, yeah, you want this guy. You want this guy because, he's, the top passing quarterback for, for his division. Mm-hmm. Fine and dandy. You want to give him $1 million, Nike? You can give him $1 million, but out of that $1 million, I don't know, maybe 30,000 of that or 300,000 of that comes out and gets distributed across the entirety of the team.
That's nothing. I mean, you figure after taxes, that's 700,000, 600 maybe, give or take. You take 30,000 of that, that's nothing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like that should be
I mean, some people would argue that that's borderline disrespectful, but it's better than nothing.
Well, half of nothing is nothing. So anything over nothing is better than nothing.
And I'd imagine that each school probably has more than one sponsored athlete.
Oh,
so if you have this allocated percentage that goes to the normies.
Well, you got your starters, and you got your scrubs. I mean,
yeah.
Every team.
College rosters are I think 60 something, 60 years. I know they're bigger than NFL rosters.
Oh God, yeah, because they just have more kids that they can throw out there because they're not paying anybody.
Yeah,
but the college isn't paying anybody, so they can put as many people out there as they want.
Yeah, because even those kids on their practice team are helping that kid be better.
Absolutely.
So if you make the roster, you should be. I hate to use the word entitled, but you should benefit from helping that dude win a Heisman Trophy.
Absolutely, but that never happens. Like, and that's my. It's like I made a comment, I think, on the last show with Randy that I think high school football was better than college or NFL. And
college used to be better than NFL. Now I say that with a caveat. I say like Division II and Division III are better than NFL because those kids are. And I would argue that Division III is even more. Those kids are more gutsy because they're having to pay to play.
Yeah. And that's like high school. I mean, all high schools, you have to pay to play high school football. Like, there isn't a high school kid out there who is getting paid to be out there on the field. They're out there because they love the game and they want to be out there. Now, I'm not saying that's not the case for, like, college and NFL. The kids that are out there.
But it's funneled.
Yeah, it seriously starts to funnel down. Like, there's only a select few kids that are going to come off a high school team. They're going to get recruited to a college team. Not every kid from every football team is going to go to OSU or Wisconsin.
High school to make it a Division I, it's like 1 in 1,000 or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, and there's how many high schools, across the United States?
I mean, there's 100 and some Division I colleges. So there's a lot of rosters that need to be filled. But even from that, like my son, he's a big dude, but he was, quote, too small to play Division I football at his position.
You're talking about Nick?
Yeah, Nico. Yeah, he's 6'5", game weight, he was about 280.
And he was too small
to play Division I.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. But then when you see the guys that were his competition, they were like 6'7", 300 and some change and still ran like low fives, high fours.
See, that blows my mind though, that
that my son is too small.
That your son's too small, and I've met him, and you're telling me he's too small, and he towers over me, and he's twice my size, and I'm 200 pounds, and he's bigger than I am. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
He's gonna steamroll me.
Yeah, but it was one of those things. Like for him, it was just a passion. He just wanted to play. He just wanted the opportunity to play again.
Yeah, and that's
and every last one of those kids on his team, like they were just playing because they wanted to play football. None of them had any aspirations of making it in, the CFL or the NFL. I think there's been one or two kids that have played like arena.
Oh God, arena,
and stuff like that.
Watch.
But I think there's been in the history of his school, there's been one guy that went to the NFL. Actually, Pete Metzelaars. He was a tight end in all those Bills teams that went to the Super Bowl and couldn't win.
Oh, in the 90s?
Yeah. That's the only guy from his school that's ever made it to the NFL.
Yeah, see.
But that was in the 80s,
We've had it when
steroids were mandatory.
Yeah, so you've met Bobby. My buddy Bobby. He was our
quarterback, right?
He was our quarterback. I mean, he went to TIFF and he was quarterback. He probably could have went pro if he wanted to. I don't know that if he wanted to. I haven't talked to Bobby in a while, so I actually need to see if he wants to come out if he's going to come out to Indiana or out to Indianapolis and meet us down there, just at least for a night, because he's in Fort Worth. He's not that far away.
Fort Worth is like a 2-hour flight.
I think he's got a pilot, so
Fort Wayne.
Fort Wayne, whatever. Fort Wayne. It's Fort Wayne. Fort Worth. Fort Wayne. It's Fort W. Either way, it's either a 2-hour drive or a 2-hour flight. He's got a pilot.
Yeah,
he can make it.
One of the two. Yeah, I mean, he's got the cash. He can make it either way.
He's got the money. He's throwing masters competitions for CrossFit, so he can do it. And he's got 15 bottles of Pappy in his basement.
Yeah, and buying lots of bourbon.
Yeah, he's got shitloads of wine and shitloads of bourbon. Motherfucker can make it down.
But yeah, dude's doing okay.
He's doing all right with 2 CrossFit gyms and owning a old folks home. But I need to reach out to him to let him know that I'm going to be here if you want to swing down, whatever. Not you don't have to come to the race, but I'm in the area, so if you want to hang out, we're gonna hang out. But like he was our high school. He was our quarterback. Like I graduated a year ahead of him. Now, granted, him and I did not hang out in high school. I always thought he was a nice guy. He's still doing the same quarterback bullshit today that he was doing in high school, except now he's doing it like the what are those dickheads that do all the goofy trick shots and shit? Dude perfect.
Oh, Dude Perfect.
Yeah. So he'll do some Dude Perfect shit. Like he's throwing, footballs like between his legs into a basketball game.
Oh, no shit.
Oh, fuck yeah. He's doing all this trick shot, and he's just doing his shit for fun. So he's still got like the accuracy,
the ability,
and the ability to do all this shit. And I'm like, he easily probably could have been the next, or the former Tom Brady.
He could have made a roster.
Yeah, he absolutely could have made a roster. He was amazing. Like it was. Yeah. It wasn't. It is pure raw talent and striving for the love of the game. Like he could have done these things.
But a lot of those guys, though, as my other son says, is like they ain't normal.
Oh no, Bobby's not normal. Bobby is nowhere near normal.
Yeah, and I don't say that in a negative way, but you come across these athletes that have the capability of making it to that next level, and you stand by them on the court or you play on the same field with them as them, and they ain't normal.
No. I mean, when you've got a guy, literally you've got a guy who can throw a football and hit the hands of a dude who's double covered.
Flat-footed.
Yeah, and it just, boom, hit it, and then all the guy has to do is step across the line and score a touchdown. I mean, that is what Bobby is. He is, like, the accuracy, like, it is a whole other level of some shit
talent
that you and I just...
We could work for years.
I just called you untalented, Mo.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm talented in other ways.
He is just, like, when it comes to football and basketball, the guy has just got talent coming out of every pore in his body.
Oh, no, I've seen what that looks like. It is obscene. Like, you're just like, how in the hell, how?
But he does it. It's all the time on Instagram. Like, you'll see him... a boat floating down the river behind his house, and he chucks a basketball and right in the hoop it goes. Or he stands blindfolded and does like a between the legs grandma toss, like you were doing when you were 5 years old bowling, and hits it right in the basketball hoop, or hits the target that he's throwing it at. It's just the most obscene, weird shit.
Yeah,
that you can see on Instagram.
Yeah, I told you I saw Manziel and I saw Baker Mayfield both play in high school, right?
No.
Oh, even watching them as quote children, I was like, they ain't normal.
Yeah, they're both fantastic at what they do, and it's just like holy shit. So I don't know, but I'm going to call Bobby or send him a text and tell him that we're going to be, because you've met him, I know him obviously, and just he's into everything. He was at the Ryder Cup in Wisconsin. Jesus. Like
because that's what you do.
Because that's what he does. Like it's just it's the things you do. You put on a Masters competition the week before, and then you decide you're going to go to the Ryder Cup the next week and hang out with your dad. Like you take your dad to the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
So
as a small thank you.
Yeah, it's what you do. And his dad. So was it? No, it wasn't his dad. Never mind. There was a guy. I had to ask my sister because I was watching. So I will watch, and it irritates me, but I will watch our like Bloom Carroll football team on YouTube.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that they do a live stream.
So they don't do a live stream though, and it drives me nuts. Like another company.
Oh, were you bitching that they don't do a live stream because they have an AV program?
Yes, they have an AV program, but they don't do a live stream. And it drives me batshit fucking crazy because my old school, my alma mater, Toronto, is some backwards ass country school that has this like media team that does it's all students. They have an older gentleman, I don't know who he is. He's doing the actual announcing for the show, but it's all students who run all the cameras, and they have about 8 cameras on the field. So they've got 8 people down there, like 2 up in the stands, 2 down, 1 at each end zone, 2 on each side, and they're running camera streams every single game, away game or home game, doesn't matter.
Away games too.
Yeah, at away games too. Yeah, same announcer, and they're doing all this shit, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? I'm going to this school. My kids go to this school. I pay a fuckload in taxes, like probably 10 times as much as my parents paid for me to go to school, and probably 10 times now than what the adults are paying now for their kids to go to school in Toronto.
Yeah.
They have a media department, but they don't have a fucking AV club to do this shit. And I'm about to go over and have a talk with the superintendent because he's readily available and just be like, what the hell is going on? You have a media department and you can't even stream your own fucking games? And there's
do you need some help?
Like, what do you need? Like, you have all this shit. Like, they have cameras.
You have the tools.
They have, like, all these expensive-ass fucking Canon or Nikon cameras that could do all this shit.
Got, like, black magic cameras and all that stuff.
Like, I mean, they don't have any Reds, but they don't have, I'm just like, you guys could be doing this easily with your AV department, streaming all of this at every single game, home or away. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter. Why are you relying on all these third-party, like, the CLN? I don't know what the fuck the CLN is. It's your hometown team.
Yeah, when you were talking about that on the last week's show, I was trying to see if my son does that. And his school that he coaches at doesn't do that, but there was an away game this week coming up, so I was going to see if I could stream it, and you got to pay like a subscriction for it. And I was like, "What?
See, that's horseshit.
High school football."
No, and that's the whole thing. Like that, there shouldn't be a subscription. It should be the kids getting out there to do that for a grade
and learning how to do it,
learning how to do it like on the job. It is literally on the job experience for camera operating and board control and everything else.
And directing and all that stuff, because that's a skill. Like,
but the one thing I do want is that every home game, the guy who does the announcements for the game in the press box, like over the loudspeaker, is the same guy that should be doing the announcing for the streaming for the streaming game.
Yeah.
And I only said, well, 1, he's a friend of mine, but 2, he says some absurd shit. It's not offensive. He'll just say something absurd, like, oh, did you see that? He just got broke by the turf monster. Or he'll just come up with something more.
Just little silly things like that.
Yeah, that it just makes it, so much better when you're sitting in the stands that Dawn could add to the streaming, to the streaming stuff. Mm-hmm. But like last year, they tried to stream as many of the games as they could, but they did it in silence. So they literally had a camera for at least all the home games in the press box streaming the games out, but they turned off all the audio because they were afraid that Dawn was going to say something that might offend somebody. Dawn is the guy doing all the announcing for all the games.
For the home games.
For the home games. He's not going to say anything that's going to offend somebody, and if he does, it's probably going to offend the other team. Not our team, because if it's offensive, it's going to be offensive towards, the visiting team. It's not going to, but he never does any of that. Like, that's not his thing, but I'm just like, you guys need to get your shit together.
And, when my daughter was doing diving last year, they would like set up a camera in the pool so like we could watch. And obviously there was audio, like just the ambient audio, but there was no announcer or anything.
Yeah. Well, that was part of the problem too. Is we are a football school. Mm-hmm. Like we're not. It's not like Texas where like it is live and die football, but we are a football school, and parents will get heated. Like you'll hear, "Fuck you, ref! You need to get some fucking glasses, you fucking asshole," or "Bullshit! Kiss my ass, you motherfucker!" So
and you're like, "Hey, so which kid's yours?" "Oh, my kid graduated 10 years ago.
My kid's not here anymore." He says, "Fuck that ref."
My kid's the coach.
My kid is down there. He's the water boy. And you're like, holy shit, okay. But it's just like
they're passionate about their football.
They're very passionate about their football. Like we have one guy, I'm not going to name him. He's a neighbor of mine. And if he will stand and he will yell at his kid from the bleachers. Now I know his kid can hear him because everybody else in the stadium can hear him.
Every kid can hear their parents' voice.
It is, why don't you fucking block? Get up there, you little asshole, and fucking take him out. And you're like, whoa.
I'm not a fan of that.
So, and I get that part, like, but that doesn't mean you have to have the microphones on all the cameras that are stationed around the field. You just need the microphone in the press box.
Yeah.
So that the announcer can do the announcing instead of having a separate announcer watching a little screen.
Or just run that 2-second or the 3-second delay or whatever.
Yeah, with a little button. Like, beep.
Yeah.
We should probably do that on this show.
Nah, it just wouldn't be the same.
Are you sure? I'd have to go through and just edit everything this episode and be like, fuck those motherfuckers.
It would take way too long to edit, yeah.
Oh, I tried that like when we first started. I'm like, I'll edit the show, and then I'm like, this is an unedited show. Like whatever happens, happens. I ain't taking out.
Yeah,
like,
editing takes time.
So like, because you and I we've talked about editing shows and doing it as like a side thing, which I'm not opposed to. I just need a laptop to do it with.
Yeah. So if anybody needs help editing their podcast,
absolutely, let us know.
If Buckhorn, buckhornpodcast@gmail.com.
Buckhorn, at gmail.com. But like going through, like one guy got down to the point where he was editing out dead air between words, like that dead air right now.
Well, if you do that, you're talking like 3-to-1 ratio.
I was like, holy shit, there's no chance in hell I'm going to sit and do that. Like, I'm not going to take out like a 4 or 5 second pause.
Or all the ums and ahs.
Well, that was the other thing. Yeah, he would take out I don't know that we do a whole lot of that, but we just kind of fuck.
Yeah. But so anyway, for all of the all the hundreds of thousands of listeners of this show, expect that kind of quality from the Buckhorn Podcast at gmail.com.
I do feel that a show that where you don't have to take out the ums and ahs is a more real show. it leaves in
if
the
it's like
process.
an audio book or something, or it's like an interview with, I don't know, the president or some shit, yeah, clean it up a little bit. But if it's just two guys telling dick and fart jokes, I mean, let it roll.
Well, yeah, because that's all we do is dick and dick jokes.
Yeah.
It's called docking.
Docking.
But just
Urban Dictionary kids.
Yeah, it's definitely like even my stutters that I, you know.
Well, that's part of the show though. Is like when you try and read something, those are always amazing.
I'm getting so much better at reading. I've been doing Dr. Seuss every night because he's difficult to read out loud. But yeah, I mean, I have a natural stutter that sometimes I'll just or it's or whatever it is.
Like when you get excited.
Oh yeah, definitely when I get excited. But
that happens.
It's like right there. It's fuck.
It's my Tourette's. It's acting us again.
It's a thing. It's definitely a thing. But I just feel like it's more of a more real show without taking
when there's
out
when there's imperfections in there. Yeah.
Yeah, like so, you know, an audiobook is something completely different. That should be perfect across the board.
Agreed.
Like that's, but even interviewing,
someone's paying real money to listen to that. It better be perfect.
Yeah, like if
or at least that's my expectation when I listen to an audio.
No, absolutely, it should be perfect. Like I want to be able to follow along word for word and not have to stop because someone said fuck or shit, and that wasn't in the dialogue,
in the text,
or like 3 it's after a row, you know, one in a row. Like you know, but even like interviewing the president, like if it were, you know, me and Buchanan doing an interview right now, I wouldn't edit anything out. Like I would say Biden, but I'd have to edit the shit out of that because I'm not even sure that he's there when he's looking at me.
You said Buchanan.
I only said him.
Patty puke puke.
I only said him because I'm slightly related to him.
Who? Buchanan?
Buchanan.
What? Which one? Pat Buchanan or the Buchanan?
No, like
the dead Buchanan.
Dead Buchanan, like way back in the day, President Buchanan. Yeah, yeah. There's lineage that follows that to on my my grandmother's side that goes back to Buchanan, and then like on my dad's side, my grandfather goes back to Charles Martelle. So it stops at Buchanan.
I knew about that.
So it stops at Buchanan. Like we don't know where it goes past Buchanan, but on the Martelle side, it definitely has to go back to Charles the Hammer Martelle.
Yeah, I still think you should be getting some juice off the cognac.
I think I should be too. I need to reach out to them somehow. There's also like a Martelle Chateau, which is I think it's in Toronto, Canada. It's a wine chateau, so it's a winery essentially.
Yeah,
I should be getting some money off of them, and then apparently, the rumor was always that there was a castle in Canada, like it was like the 1,000 Islands or the 1,000 Lakes or some bullshit. I can never find it, but
some sort of salad dressing.
Yeah, it's some salad dressing that's made up. But there's a castle Martelle, like on the East Coast, that we had rights to, but no one wanted to pay back taxes on. So it's basically just like a tourist attraction.
Hey, well, when that
but no one can find it.
Cardano goes to like $10.
Fuck, I'm in.
You can't let this be another banana farm, man.
Oh no! I've been watching closely on my cryptos, like 3-4 times a minute. I'm checking the price.
Yeah.
Like right now, we're still at 220. We've gone down. I am so glad I bought when it was like 288.
Yeah, surefire way to make sure or to know when the dip is coming is just I'll let you know when I'm buying something.
I'll let you know when I'm buying something.
Yeah, because whenever I buy something, there's always a dip. Like I'm the what do you call it? The cooler.
Yeah. Well, I'm with you because I bought at my last purchase. Let me see here. Transactions. So my last purchase was at Oh, I bought it 206. So hold on. The purchase prior to that was 207. Hold on. Nope, that's not right. These are all the same day. Oh, I bought it 288. So I bought it 206, my last purchase, and then previous to that it was 288. So yeah, I'm negative 23% on that purchase. But I'm up 2.99% on the 207 purchase.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens, whatever. I'm not buying it right now I'm buying it because it makes me passive income on a monthly basis. So,
start staking that ohm, man.
Jeez, that ohm is so goddamn expensive though for it to.
This is not financial advice. Hey,
No.
I've already made $50 in a week.
Really?
Yeah, off of 1,500, 1,600.
See, I don't have.
How about 2?
I don't have 1,500 or 1,600 to put into it. I wish I did. I do wish I wish I had that. That's why I stick with like the ohm or the ohm. That's why I stick with the Cardano.
So you can stake it
because I can stake. I can buy 50 of them for $100.
Well, actually, I sold some Tesla to buy the ohm.
Yeah, see, I don't have any Tesla to sell. What do I got? I got some Nokia.
I'll sell you mine.
I got some Nokia and some Naked to sell. So I bought like Naked brands. I bought like 41 shares when it was at like $1.84, and now it's up to 73 cents. And then I bought some Nokia when it was.
Are they still in business?
Oh yeah, they just released an Android phone.
Yeah, I know they're crushing it in everywhere but the United States.
Yeah, like Nokia. Well, Nokia's not going anywhere, but I bought them when they were at 516, and they're up to 555.
Did you know that their original invention was a car-based record player?
No, but that sounds amazing.
Yeah, that was their original invention.
I like a good record player.
Yeah, I have several.
Well,
as DJs do.
You got the ones and twos on the wiki.
The Technics, the 1200s.
God, so the last I'm gonna tell this story, and then we've been going for like almost 3 hours. And time flies when you're having a good time. So
no joke.
So the last party I was at in my college years, and I just yanked my microphone out of its holder. Hold on. Real shit going on here. Really? All right. So the last actual party I was at, my buddy Sean, he would do DJ shit. Mm. Two turntables and a microphone.
And a microphone?
Oh yeah.
Where it's at?
This is where it's at. And he would tear it up. And well, we decided we were going to dual DJ this thing. So one was going to run one turntable and one was going to run the other. And then we were going to fight over the slide. That didn't work. That lasted all of about 2.5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
So
short-lived.
He gave me his video camera. And so I walked around. So, and it's all people from high school that I know. So for the most part, like it's on OSU, and I'm walking around, and I'm like it's at his sister's house. Like they cleared out the dining room for him to set up these 2 fucking speakers, set up his turntables and all of his
good
shit.
Old house party.
Yeah, it was a house party. Well, there's one girl there. Her name was Courtney. She used to be like the shit. She was hot, like beach bottle blonde, except she didn't bleach the shit out of her hair. Not thin as a rail, but like very, very not thick athletic built, but athletic built, like built like a volleyball player.
Not thick athletic.
No, like not thick athletic. Because I got in trouble for that once for telling someone like they're like I'm athletic. I'm like no,
you thick.
You thick. You ain't athletic. You're a softball player. You're not a volleyball player. I almost got fired from my job for that one. But she was like very volleyball player, like athletic, like very slim and thin. And I had this video camera with me, and I was walking around with it. Now I'm trying to remember the specifics of this because I was trashed. Like at this point, I drank. Like,
so it's only going to get better from here.
Oh no, I drank so much that, and it's someone that I would not have hit on in high school. She is not a girl I would have hit on in high school because I was an asshole that nobody liked, and she was Miss Popular. She may have even been homecoming court, like the next year after I graduated, because she was like a year or two behind me. And I was just like, I'm walking around, I'm like, oh, hey, Courtney, what are you doing? You know, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, Angie, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, Sarah, you're here too. You guys want to get it on? And one of them didn't hesitate. Like, and I wasn't talking about me. I was talking about the three of them.
Jesus.
And one of them, her name was Courtney, and she goes, yeah, let's go. And like, she come walking at me, and I've got this video camera in my hand. I'm like, holy shit.
You panicked?
I panicked and ran. All this still exists somewhere.
Everyone's gangster until it's time to do gangster shit.
Yeah, I was not ready to do gangster shit. I was talking about like the three of them getting it on, not being fucking raped in a between two houses on, you know. Well, you can't rape the willing, so. In between two houses down on OSU campus, like I ran. And there is video of this somewhere, and I got to see if I can find it, because I will post that shit to Instagram.
Like with the video camera, like shaking up and down. Like,
oh yeah, as I turn around, I'm like, fuck.
They almost got me.
Shit. Whew, I almost have my dick in that. So I need to see if Sean still has that video, or if Angie has that video, and see if I can get that. So I will put that shit. I'll put it on Instagram. I'll do it as a reel. It'll be great. But yeah, I ran. Now, I know Courtney doesn't listen to the show, and I know that no one knows her listens to this show. She's not that good looking anymore. She got thick like a softball player. I should probably drink some more.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You already got both feet in. Might as well just go all the way.
She's still cute. She's just thick. Like Parsons Avenue thick.
Jesus.
Anyway. You got anything else you want to talk about, Mo?
I think we've covered it all, man. We've talked video games. We've talked bourbon, tequila. We talked
vodka.
What else? Vodka. Good old college days.
College days.
Yeah, we even threw some politics in there. Yeah,
Slightly, yeah.
I think we covered all 5 phases of the game, man.
I like it. We've been going strong for almost 3 hours. We're pulling Joe Rogan on this shit.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's leave Joe in his space.
Are you sure?
We'll break this into like 55-minute episodes.
I just got some.
Speaking of which, please bring back the mini episodes.
I can do that.
I love those. Man.
I can do that. Amazing. I got a lot of hate for that.
I absolutely loved it.
I got a lot of shit for putting out like 15 2.5-second episodes.
Those were glorious.
Like they were legitimately 15 to 30 second shows, and I got like a don't do that shit again. And I'm just like,
If you're new to the show, please, Martelle, put the breadcrumbs in the show notes.
I might have to. I mean, if Mo wants the mini episodes back, where we just do like a quick 30-second headline, I might have to do that some more.
Those were absolutely those made my soul happy.
What if I just do those as the show? Like that's it. That's all you get. You get like 5 of those a week.
Well, you did like 10 of them bad boys.
Oh, we did. No, we did like 15. I released like 5 a day.
Was it that many?
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, it was like there were so many of them. Because I would do like 3 to 5 a
ridiculous.
Day from like Tuesday to Friday. Like Friday, I think I released 3 of them, just on a Friday. I can do it. I don't care. I mean, it's not like anybody's sponsoring this that I have to answer to, so I do whatever I want.
This is true.
Randy got a little upset that I called it my show and that he was my co-host.
And then and all those people that complain, they have never offered financial backing to the Buckhorn
Yeah,
podcast,
Mo's the only one who has given us $20. So eat shit, everybody else. Y'all don't like it. Fuck yourself.
See, if you donate to the show, you get to come on the show. This is what, my third?
Yeah,
time,
literally, you get to come on the show.
Yeah. But yeah, I've physically been there once. And then this is my second online recording. So yeah.
Second or third?
I think it's my third.
I think it's your third. I think we've done two. I think we've done two online, one in person, and then this one.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. This is the third one. You're right.
Yeah. Suck it.
So I guess $5 a shot. So I guess I got to make another donation.
Oh, you don't need to do that, Mo. Let's let somebody else donate, and then we'll have you back on again.
No, I'll make a donation, and you have to do like a sponsor ad for me.
Oh my God! Can I?
This show is brought to you by.
No. I'm gonna write a jingle for it while Randy sings that in the background, and I do the voiceover.
There we go. Oh yeah, and the greatest hits by Randy. That was pretty amazing too.
I'll have Randy do the voiceover, and I'm gonna sing Blue Moon like ODB.
Dirt
McGirt. Yeah. Osiris. Big Baby Jesus.
Big Baby Jesus.
I'm going to sing it like he does, like, Blue Moon. Like, just completely off key, out of whack. It's going to be great. I'm taking notes as we talk.
What, Big Baby Jesus, Dirt McGirt?
Osiris.
Baby Jesus, yeah, Osiris. Dirty Chinese Restaurant.
God, he was the best.
Oh.
Wu-Tang is for the children.
Yes, I had to rent this expensive suit. I just want you to know, Wu-Tang is for the children.
My favorite is when he went to the welfare office in a goddamn limousine.
In a limousine, drinking champagne in a plastic cup.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Yeah, you need to put a link to that MTV News episode where he went to go cash his welfare check.
God, that was
glorious.
The best.
That was straight thug right there.
That was the best. Like, I mean, I'm a huge Method Man fan. Like, Method Man and Redman, like those two together is amazing. Listen to the RZA. He is great, but no one beats ODB.
Yeah, like ODB makes my heart happy.
Like, he is just like Shimmy Shimmy Y'all comes on, and I turn that shit up, and my girls hate it. Or Give Me My Money. Brooklyn Zoo. Yeah. Like they hate everything about it, and I'm like,
it's just he's a
national treasure.
Yes, he is. He should be in the Library of Congress?
Oh God, yeah. He should be in the Library of Congress. He should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
He should be in every Hall of Fame related to music because he's covered. Let's face it, he's covered all genres.
I mean, he should be in the Country Hall of Fame too. I mean, he should be. They should have him as a hologram at the Grand Ole Opry.
At the next Coachella, they need to have an ODB hologram.
God, he is so good. He is so good. But anyway, all right, we've been going like a good 2 hours. This is going to be one of our longest episodes. And you know what? I absolutely enjoyed this. Like, we should
put this behind a paywall. That's how good it is.
Yeah, Patreon. I'm going to give everybody a good 30 minutes of the show, and then I'm going to put the rest of it behind I don't want Patreon.
Use Coffee. They're better. Patreon
can suck it.
They take too much juice.
I'm just going to password protect it, and then you have to Venmo me money, but it's not going to be like, oh yeah, $1 will get you in or $5 will get you in. It's whatever I feel that day. Like how pissed off I am that day at the people that I have to deal with is what's going to get you access to this.
So listeners, my guess is that you're better off asking on a Friday.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Because this Friday, I legitimately left I signed off at noon because I was pissed and took the rest of the day off. You might be better off to ask on a Monday before the show comes out. The show comes out on a Tuesday. You might be better off to ask on a Monday for access to this, because Friday I was like, fuck it, I'm done. I can't deal with this shit anymore today. And I legitimately, I left. I went to the gym, I worked out, and then I went to the brewery. I drank 2 beers and ate like a Reuben sandwich and a pretzel. Because I was just like, I can't deal with this shit.
That bad.
It was a Reuben kind of day.
Mm.
And a Bavarian pretzel.
Barbarian pretzel. Did it have like long braids or something?
No, Bavarian.
Oh, I thought you said barbarian.
Oh no, it was barbarian, but it was a Bavarian pretzel.
Oh,
like it was like this enormous.
Not to be confused with Bavarian.
Bavarian, whatever. Bavarian. You know, Lancaster. It's all the same shit. It's all the same shit to me. But it was
tomato, as Randy would say, tomato potato.
Yeah, potato. Whatever the hell he says. I don't listen to him half time anyway. But all right.
All right, dude.
Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Google, Instagram.
Hey, Mo, thanks for being on today and filling in for Randy. I absolutely appreciate it.
They're big shoes to fill, but I hope the listeners enjoyed my, as Dude says, my sultry voice.
It is more than big shoes to fill. It's more like a seat and a half. So I appreciate it. Absolutely. You are welcome on the show.
Anytime.
If you didn't hear, it is apparently dinner time, and I need to enjoy, because that's what Google Home just said.
Yes.
Do you know you can do that on Google Home? Do you have a Google Home?
I don't think I have one. No, I have the other. Alexa. No, I do have. I have a Google, the little puck thing.
Okay, yeah. So I've got like several of those around the house, and if you say Google, it's dinner time, it'll announce dinner time and literally ring a dinner bell.
Interesting.
So I just got that come through. So it's apparently dinner time, and I should enjoy.
Yes.
So hey, for Mo, thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming out today and FaceTime.
It was really hard for me to put some pajamas on and go into the office.
So I will see you literally in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, no joke.
Yeah, like 2 weeks.
Sure.
I'm driving out to your place, and then we're gonna head over to Indianapolis. I'll get a hold of Bobby. We'll see if we can get him to bring a bottle of Pappy.
Oh,
he's got so many bottles.
Very nice. He's got like a case of that shit.
He's got so many bottles. He told me he's got over 400 bottles of wine in his basement.
Yeah, he could sacrifice one bottle for us 4 people.
Sacrifice a bottle, and we'll do a whole show. Like, I'm bringing all my recording equipment.
Cool.
I'm bringing
I'll have my cameras so we can record.
Yeah, we're going to do a show. We're going to do a show while I'm out there. I told Randy we're coming, that I was coming.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do this. Hey, for Mo, I'm Martelle. We're out.
See ya.
See ya.